Do you want the truth? Are you tired of being so confused? You feel like you're more fucked up than the lies on the evening news? Well, just step right in. We can talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can hug and kiss and make up for the party ends. Agree or disagree, stop arguing me. 'Cause I'm everything you want, damn sure what you need. I won't tell no lies, back up all the facts with truth. And if you can't get down with that, you must be somebody's dude.
Hey, Hog Twins here. Check out our friend Matthew Spirit at his podcast at The Dumb Show and his website, don'tunfriendme.com. Yeah.
Good evening and welcome to Red Friday. Amy, Leroy, myself are in the house. This is Amy Robinson. Go ahead, Olivia.
Holy cannoli, oh mother of God.
And you're like, holy cannoli, oh mother of God.
Leroy Jenkins is also here tonight with his Yellowstone Dutton Ranch shirt. You didn't buy that from me, did you?
No, I didn't.
Thanks a lot.
Sorry.
Go ahead. This is Leroy. And my favorite person on planet Earth, besides myself, my wife, Olivia Spear, is in the house. Welcome, you three. Good to have you here tonight. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. There's a whole bunch of stuff to go over. First of all, my name is Matthew Spear. I'm the host of Don't Unfriend Me. We're lagging, and I don't know why. My computer doesn't lag. There's something.
Probably the weather. Internet could be issues.
Internet doesn't make a computer lag.
I don't know.
So that's an old wives' tale. So maybe Internet Explorer.
My computer's like fuzzy looking.
Well, mine, I know what it is. It's that I'm running all of these images and stuff off of a hard drive, and it's off of a USB 2.0, and it needs to be 3 FireWire because I need like 10 gigs a second because all this stuff running is probably like 3 or 4 gigs of data, and the USB is having a hard time catching up. So it's just a matter of switching it over and saying, you know what, this isn't important. Folks, you can see we have a new ticker. Please call into the show by dialing 804-504-1955. You can be prepared with a topic that is important. We don't want you sitting here on hold. In fact, I'm just going to kick people who come in. I just want to call and see what's going on. Just sit here with you guys. No, you're not going to sit here and waste my money. So we're going to kick you off if you don't have something to say. So make sure you do. Also mute your phone. And be prepared to have a conversation.
Don't mute the phone, mute the show.
Right, mute the show. Right, don't mute your phone because then we're not going to be able to hear you. Happy Red Friday. Good to have everyone. There's a whole bunch going on. Leroy and Amy have been sickies and haven't been feeling well. Are you both feeling better?
I feel 100 times better.
And I feel
100 times better.
Relatively human.
100.
If you were 100 times,
million.
if you were 100 times less, wouldn't you be dead?
Right.
I'm 0. How are you feeling? I'm 0, which means you're dead. So you died and you came back to life. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Exactly what happened.
That's amazing.
I've been sick where I feel like I'm dead.
I think we've all been feeling like sick. I don't know if we've ever felt 100 times better though. That's just horrible. I mean, that would be like Ronald Reagan waking up and Nancy, I feel 100 times better. What a sleep. So I'm not sure.
Clearly I wasn't thinking because I forgot red, but I'm wearing pink. I'm wearing all dumb show gear today.
Pink's
what I live
dumb show gear. Dumb show gear. Well, you're a good friend. You actually buy stuff from my store and wear it. So unlike
I'll place an order the moment we get off.
Unlike some other Robin Hoods, you can speak with a real English accent. All right, so
English accent.
These are my favorite sweatshirts. And this has become my new favorite hat. But I go through hats like water.
They're
so.
great hats. Olivia won't wear it. I'm like, what's wrong with you? They're freaking awesome. I don't know.
I don't like it.
I know we
has
know.
nothing to do. It's my head's too small and it doesn't fit me. It just doesn't fit my head.
All right, I'm going to turn you up a little bit. Go ahead, try it again.
Okay.
Say something.
The hats are too big for
That's
my
perfect.
head.
Now you sound great. Now you sound great. All right, well, we've got 56 on. You know it's going to be more than that. We've got a big show to do tonight. This one should be a little controversial, but maybe not so much. But I think it's going to surprise you because we've got some random topics just so you can put it in your craw. We've got Isaac says, Olivia, play the soundbite. It's all part of the plan. So would you please?
Everyone's favorite.
It's all part of the plan.
That's right. It is all part of the plan. Let's do this. Let's get everybody in here with chat, except for Amy, because somehow, yeah, there we go. Better. Now, let's see if we can make this happen without causing it. Oh, I love that when that happens.
Nice.
Oh, it's
beautiful.
It's so perfect. Angie Marie Zirkelbach. Wow. It's kind of like the name is Zirkelbach. Zirkelbach. I don't know. There's something about it. I do too.
Yeah.
It's just lows.
You know.
Yeah.
Hello, Stuffy. My name's Angel Marie Zirkelbach. It's good. It's just got a very pomp and Magistrate Zirkelbach at your service.
Magistrate.
There's almost like it, if you were to read it on your own, it sounds awesome. But I feel like when you read it to me, it sounds pretentious.
Really? Well, it would be kind of like Sherlock Holmes. You're like, listen, Watson, you're fucking fired. Well, why, sir? Well, because we've got Marie Zuckerbach coming, Chief Zuckerbach to be precise, Watson, and you're just a fucking doctor. He's a chief. I like it. Zuckerbach. Zuckerbach's probably like Polish or something.
Right. Turns out we get it completely wrong. It's Australian.
Right. And she's like Sherlock Holmes. I hate the English, She's like Sumerian or something. All right. David Turnipseed is here. David, welcome. Good evening. He says it not only once, but twice. Deborah Cameron. Hello, dummies. Hello, Deborah. We get some new faces coming in here. Frederick. Hello. Kristen. Hello. Isaac. Hello. Vicky. James Clemens. James in the house. Wow. Is it running that fast for you guys? Or are you just scrolling through the feed as well?
No, I've got it up on.
Oh, that's right.
Up on the side.
All right. Well, I've heard you like it on the side. Terry, Penny, Michelle.
Pull them panties from the side.
That's whoa. See, there's taking it to the edge, and then there's Dale is in the house. Kat is here. Ozzy Buwafa from North Carolina. Ozzy Buwafa. Strong name. It's almost like it's got to be South African, right? Aussie. Yeah. Or no, maybe Australian. Or Ozzy Buwafa. Holy shit.
I have a cousin named Ozzy.
Oh, I know you have a cousin name, but is his last name Buwafa?
No, his last name is Lynch.
No, that doesn't quite have the same ring to it, doesn't it? Donald McDaniel's here. Alfonso Mayera. Alfonso Mayera.
Goal.
That's right. All right. Then we have Thomas Austin. Karen K. Connor Vaughn. I like Karen, and she has 4 names, and that would just usually mean that I don't like her. Because 3 I hate, but 4 somehow 4 is okay. Oh yeah, Christine is back. The registered nurse, Cheryl Cook. Cheryl Cook, that's a good name. Pete Sanchez. That just sounds dirty.
Yeah, dirty.
What's your defense of Virginia? I'm curious of where she's from in Virginia.
Hi from Central Virginia, right? Which is pretty much
all of Virginia. I feel like that's on my flip part.
That's the hood.
Yeah.
From South Central Virginia. You got to be careful when you go there. They play the banjo out. Vicky, hello. Maureen. Amy is in the house. Good to see Amy. I'm feeling extremely deep tonight. Is my voice deep or what? It just feels...
Oh, you got some baritone going on there. I love it.
It does. I wonder why. Olivia, why is my... How deep is your love? How deep is your love? Okay. Charlotte.
Because you relaxed today.
There's an irony in the fact that those guys sing that song.
Isn't that true? Isn't that true? Charlotte
Plenty of that.
Magliato. It's very Italian. Face she, Charlotte Magliato, we're going to make an offer we can't refuse. And if not, she'll be sleeping with the fishes, see? We're just going to do this all night. I'm not going to do anything else. Everyone's going to be like, wow, I just want to hear how he's going to do my name. Brenda Shepard.
Right.
She's going to have to kept this show later. What the hell, Brenda? What? Just reset your phone. Come back. Kate DiAgostino. What did we just like invade the mob here? What's going on?
Diagostino?
It's either
Yeah.
we can read. It's either Diagostino or Diagostino. I think it's
I think I know somebody
Diagostino.
with that same last name.
Augustino? Yeah, probably. Penny
Diagostino.
Purdue.
She had a cousin on the Sopranos show.
See, here's one that's confusing. You've got Mexican, you've got Irish, and then you've got German. Santana McConnell Westhoff. You're just like, that's, Chevelle's in the house. Brian Bulk. Now that's a strong name. It's Bulk. It's not Bulch. It's not Bulch. It's Bulk.
I will bet you.
Let me guess, you know him.
I do.
Is it Bulch? It's not Bulk? Why would it be? I would change my name if it was Bulch.
My third grade teacher was Bach, and it was B-A-C-H.
But that's Bach. There's an L in it.
I know.
I guess it would be. Wait, Bulch. No, I don't understand why your name's wrong, Brian. I'm just letting you know. Wow. Wait, Angie Marie Zirkelbach, German. Yeah, you're not big fans of the English either. You might as well be French. Frederick Baldwin. Go, Hoochie, go away. Lots of laughs upstate here. Okay, not sure. Cheryl says hello. Debbie. Olivia's here. We know Olivia's here. She's right next to me. Glenn's here.
Or South
Finnish names in there or something.
We've got some stuff. Donna Edgeworth Randall. Tina Savage. Oh, whoa. We blew up there. Hold on. Let's bring that down back to earth. Sorry about that. My bad. Hold on. Let me fix this. Oh, we're not going to fix it. We're just going to leave it. Who cares? Jason Wixom. Now that's right. It's Wixom. Nate. It's watching from Shithole, Illinois. Nate Hovius. Probably Hovius.
I think it's Hovius.
Hovius sounds good. Kay Decker. Dusty Daglish Napier. Now that's right. I am right on that. It's not Dalglish. It's Daglish. It's Dusty Daglish Napier. And he's from a fantastic place. Look at that. Wait a second. We got to look at this picture. Hold on. This is a very prominent, look at that. Fore and aft cap, flowing hair. I don't know if that's Shriners. I don't know if that's VFW. It's a VFW.
That's VFW, yeah.
Yeah, VFW, fore and aft cap. I'm maybe it's Dustine. Could it be Dustine? Or I don't know. It's interesting. Matt has red on. Awesome. I have red on every Red Friday. What the hell? I just work out and I sweat through the shirt. You don't want to see that. So I change it. But I'm always wearing red. Liv, I'm always wearing red on Friday. No,
Every Friday.
Every Friday. IKR Matt. It's kind of silly, but there's a method to my madness. Oh, that's okay. It's fine. You can have whatever name you want. What is your opinion about the debt ceiling being raised? Well, we'll talk about that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Truck and Tinkerbell. We'll get to it. We just like to talk to everybody and say hello to all of our friends. Beth. Hello, Beth. And Antoinette Brewster.
Did I see Donald McDonald? Did I read that wrong?
No, it's Donald McDonald.
Okay.
That's right. It's like I knew a guy in high school. His name was Grady O'Grady. He was 5'8", 240. This guy was a halfback, a white boy. Snapped both ankles in the second quarter, wrapped them, and played the rest of the game. Grady O'Grady. And that should just tell you something. So he
used to be an executive from Office Max. I think it was like Philip Phillips or something.
Well, no, Philip Phillips did some music for
I don't remember. It was something like that.
Judy Gurley. But all woman. Balch. Whatever, Brian. Whatever. Who cares? It's bulk. I'm half Italian and half Irish. Well, that makes you a wine drunk. Right? Isn't that what they say about the Irish? They're impervious to alcohol and psychological assistance, right? Because the Irish are the only one that Freud said has no conscience. I don't know if that's true or not. Would you love my other name,
I'm
Von
dubious about that.
Ofterheid? Ofterheid. I go by Scottish Irish names. Colleen Stewart is Von Ofterheid. Wolf Heiderslosen. Wiener Schnitzel.
Baby, please. 15 is my limit on Schnitzelgruben.
Baby, please. Do we have it?
No, I don't have that one.
Well, then you can't play the other one. Don't play It's True. We've played it too many times.
I don't have that one.
Yeah, you get baby, please. You're making a German spectacle of yourself. I'm not taking my maiden name out, Matt. Okay, fine, Debbie. You don't have to. I didn't say all 3-word name ladies are crazy, just most of them. That's fair. Lee Grantham is in the house. Karen. I was trying to reconnect with childhood friends and extended family on Facebook, and they knew me by Kay Connor. I know, but you don't feel like you have to justify your name, folks. We're just having some fun here.
Yeah,
And don't listen to me. What the hell? Hovus. Hovius. Hovius.
Hovius.
Hovius. Well, that sounds Greek, right? Hovius. Or I don't know, it's just like something you would hear in Homer or the Iliad. Hovius Rex. Come hither. Right. Technically, we pronounced it D'Agostino. Oh, boom. Drop the mic. Spear in with a win. Bam. I knew my Italians. Oh, wait. But she says, but Americanized, it's just D'Agostino. Whatever. I'm going to go with mine. Phyllis Queenan is here. Good evening. Deborah, you've already said hello. Joanne Boyer.
I usually wear red. I saw the comment. I usually wear red. I forgot today. I've been sick. Can I get a pass?
No, do your damn laundry. Karen says, what do you call a bulletproof Irishman? I don't know. What do you call a bulletproof Irishman?
She's going to have to put that in the comments below.
Yeah, because we don't know.
And then we'll know the
Scott?
punchline 2 hours later.
Oh, wait. What happened to our... Oh, we didn't have it up here. We'll put it back up. Scott Piantkowski.
That's a strong drinking name.
Piantkowski. It's just basically Brewski. That's your new name. Brewski. All right, I think we got everybody.
Brewski.
Yeah.
Ashley Rousey's here. Ashley, where the hell's my hoodie sweatshirt pick? Come on, man. And Chef Lady is back. All right, we got some people on. I think it's time to get into
Kate
this.
D'Agostino says she lives 20 minutes from the Sopranos house. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Woke up this morning and got myself a gun. Hey. You got it. Piantkowski. Well, I tell you, man, I'm really good with names because I'm a hockey fan. And it doesn't matter whoever it is. So if the name's in hockey, I can pronounce it. Speaking of hockey, the Colorado Avalanche are going to try to pull their proverbial heads out of their ass. Listen, I just want to say one thing. The Avs, dude, like I looked at Olivia and I'm like, just please lose. They need a break. Mm-hmm. They had the shortest offseason out of any Stanley Cup winning team ever by like 17 days. They played more back-to-backs than any other team by like 7. And also played like 800 hockey during those back-to-backs. They lost over 400 man hours. 400 man hours themselves. They had 6 key positions out for the entire year. At any given time, they had at least 3 all-stars out. They're exhausted, man. They're only rolling one line. They just can't. They've got a bunch of AHLers in there. They're just beat up. Val Nichushkin, he disappeared. He was in the hotel. It was one of our 3rd leading scorers, and there was a drunk woman in his room, and he poofed. He disappeared. Nobody knows where he's at. They don't know if he's in rehab. They don't know if he got arrested. He's just gone. No, they said it's not criminal, and he's not being penalized. I think ultimately he probably had to go home and explain to his wife what the F was going on, but it's been a week, and we're kind of like, dude, okay, it's game freaking 6. We need you here, and because without him, and Landeskog's been out the entire year with an injury. Cogliano's got a separated shoulder. Mason's got a bum knee. Manson's got a bum knee. The whole team, it's sad because they're so freaking good, but you can't. I mean, I honestly believe it. If they get past Seattle, I think they'll get to the Western Conference Final because I think Seattle was the worst possible team to play them because they can roll 4 lines, and they're the only team in hockey that can roll 4 lines. Maybe Boston is the only other one, but they're in the East Coast. So they got to win tonight. They win tonight. I think they'll win Game 7, and then I think we'll take the second round, and I think we'll take the third round. Honestly, I just don't think there's any other team that can stop us. But Seattle is just a grinding team. I know you guys don't care, but you got to let me get this shit out. Okay. No, Jason, I'm not making Jason's like, you're making excuses. See, Jason, that's what pisses me off is you don't know anything about me then. Because all last year, I didn't brag. I didn't talk shit except Canada. And that's just a running joke. I don't do that, dude. I don't make excuses. I see the game for what it is. It's not an excuse. There is no other team that has even remotely had the same amount of injuries as the Colorado Avalanche. And you know what else? We're not the Vegas fucking Golden Knights or the Tampa Bay freaking Lightning or the Boston Bruins where we put people on LITR and then magically the first day of the playoff, they're all better and they get to sign a $9 million player for nothing against the cap. So don't give me any shit about making excuses. You want to come on and talk hockey, 8-0 fucking 4, 5-0 fucking 4, 1-9 fucking 5 fucking 5. And we'll have a conversation, Jason.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking Jason Dixon.
Oh, we'll bring Ethan in here too.
Jason, I'm just giving you shit. I'm not even upset. You're right. I am making excuses, but they're good excuses. And trust me, the rest of the league knows it. The rest of the league knows it. The Avs are a great team. You got to remember, we got rid of a shit ton of good players too. We got rid of Nazem Kadri.
Oh, yeah.
We got rid of Burakovsky. Oof. Just a crazy time. Jason says, lots of laughs. You are cool. I know I am. I'm damn cool like Fonzie. All right, folks, let's get into it. We got a crap ton to do tonight. We can't talk hockey all night. Hey. All right. First things first. I want to talk about this because this is important. Uh-oh. And we got to get this in here. Let me get Amy first. Amy Fofami. There she is. All right. So a couple of things. We've all had the conversation about woke, right? And what it means, what it is, what it isn't, I guess is what we have not talked about. And I'm going to be transparent. I'm coming after Republicans on this. Okay. Folks, not everything is woke. Okay. And just because you can't think of another word or another adjective, it doesn't mean it's woke. Just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean it's woke. Woke is taking something and replacing what is not just acceptable, but what is a societal norm. And you're trying to create division and separate people based on ideological nuance versus substance, science, and fact. And the best example I can give you for woke is like the 1619 Project, which is all things taught in history are whitewashed. So therefore, everything in history needs to be blackwashed. And that will somehow make it okay. No, that's not true. What that's going to do is you're going to do the exact same thing white people did, and that's dumb. How about we just tell history based upon not color, but importance? And what really defines what you're trying to establish, whether it's American history, whether it's civics, whether it's government, and use the things that are relatable to tell the story of how we are where we are, so we don't repeat the past if it's bad, or we can replicate the past, which is good. That's what we should be teaching people. Woke is something, an alternative reality in order to go ahead and make other people feel bad and other people feel good at their expense. Two wrongs don't make a right. Okay. So I saw this video and I almost threw up. I literally almost threw up in my mouth. Well, I'm going to show you. So
the suspense is killing me.
Well, hold on. I got to set this up.
I don't have a drum roll.
I know about this.
So the video is, and I hate to say this, because I'm going to use my humor, and don't get mad at me, quirky Barbie. It's Down syndrome Barbie. And I will say this. First, let's watch it. I want to get everyone else's opinion. Here it is. Whoops. Hold on. Hold on. My
Sound check.
gosh, I forgot to do that. Got to switch the speakers. Hold on. Okay, there's that. Okay, here we go. Sorry. The one thing I forgot to check. Here it is. All the time. And
Barbie doll representing a person with.
now, this is over in England, so you're going to have some funny accents with some people who sound awful funny. Drive on the wrong side of the road and have bad teeth. But this is going global, and considering Mattel's corporate office, one of their world headquarters is in England, this would make sense why they're rolling it out. Here it is.
Toy maker Mattel introducing the first ever Barbie doll representing a person with Down syndrome.
I love it!
Mattel said it worked with the US National Down Syndrome Society on the doll's face, features, clothing, accessories, and packaging to ensure the depiction is accurate.
And the first ever Barbie with Down syndrome. It looks like me. And it's beautiful and I love it to pieces.
So here's the deal. Republicans, because, and I got to say Republicans, because if I'm going after liberals and I got to do it because they're the ones that are going after this. And they're saying this is woke. Now, the packaging, it says, intrinsically diverse, representing the 1%, the typical lingo you would hear from liberals. So the trigger words are there, an equitable doll for people with, this is not, okay. This is not woke. Now we need to have the argument as to why it's not woke. Olivia, you go first. Go ahead and hit the button when you talk.
Okay. So every little girl wants a Barbie doll that looks like them. Plain and simple. And I always wanted the brunette Barbie dolls because I'm a brunette and not a blonde. But I love Barbie dolls regardless. But I mean, there are crayons in every single shade of brown and tan and everything right now. And they've made the Barbie dolls in those shades and they've made them fat and they've made them skinny. Why not make one that is the Down syndrome kids can relate to? And that's cool. That's awesome. I think it's great. I don't have any issue with it at all.
Amy.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't. I understand what Olivia's saying, and I get, and like they have the wheelchair Barbie, and they have, there's a Barbie for everything, right? So like it makes sense that Barbie would branch out. Yeah, they do. They have Barbie literally for everything.
Do they have prostitute or do they have hepatitis Barbie?
I think those are called Bratz dolls.
Oh, we got a rim shot. Get in there with the sound, Amy.
That is good.
Amy with the win. The Bratz dolls.
That was good.
That's so. I think they call it
Barbie.
I think they call it Skipper. She looks like a whore. Go ahead, Amy.
I mean, this little girl on here is adorable, and so when I saw her, I was like, okay, she's adorable. I did not get the feeling when I saw it initially that they were doing this as a service to children who have Down syndrome. To me, it didn't come off that way. It came off as let's pander to another, type of people. We need to put these people in the spotlight so that we can put a spotlight on the people who disagree with it. That's how I feel it is. No. How the year?
So,
Hey, girl.
this is interesting. I'm so glad I waited. I'm so glad I waited for this because
What do you mean?
the numbers of because I didn't expect this reaction. Okay, Leroy, yours.
I love the doll, and I'll say it this way: that when I think of wokeism, I think of placing someone's feelings in front of facts, and then trying to induce those reactions so that later on down the road, it could potentially affect policy from politicians. That's generally how I tend to view it. Is that it's some level of feelings affecting later down the road or attempting to affect some level of politics. But when I think of something like this, which is more capitalistic, I see Mattel stepping in, seeing a void, a gap, and saying, let's fill this gap and make some girls feel better, and we can turn a profit at the same time. I don't see that as woke at all. I see it as a good thing.
See, here's where I am going to check. Does your daughter have some thoughts on this, Ames, since she's listening? And
I don't think she's aware of it at all. Did you see the new Barbie doll that came out? You did see the new Barbie doll that came out? I can't talk.
Wait, no.
No, you didn't see it. It's
This
what
is
she
the
looks like. Can you see her?
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
I saw that.
What do you think of her?
I love her.
You love her. Of course you do.
You love her.
You love all. Yeah.
See,
of course
that's
you
great.
do. You're the
Pretty
best kid ever.
simple.
Yeah.
So
she loves her.
So here's my okay. I want to keep this in perspective here. Okay. I think the question isn't whether we should or shouldn't. The question is this woke?
I don't think so.
No.
Here's why I don't think it's woke. I'm not even going to talk about the Barbie because first of all, I haven't played with Barbie dolls in years since I was trying to sleep with Diane Frost when I was younger. So I did. I had a Skipper doll and a Ken doll, and I went to my mom. They're like, "Do you want GI Joe?" I'm like, "No, give me Ken doll." They said, "Why?" And I said, "Well, because the girls next door, Kelly Brumby, Diane Frost, and Heather, I don't remember the girl's last name, all want to play Barbie, and they want the Skipper doll. They don't have it. So if I have Skipper, they'll let me play, and I'll be Ken, and I'm going over there to play. So get this crap." So I go over there with my Skipper.
Anatomically correct.
No, none of them were. And trust me, I checked. Because so as I'm going over there to play, and of course, for reasons I've made very clear, they're like, "Matt, we're not playing with Barbie anymore." I'm like, "What are we playing with?" They're like, "Strawberry shortcake." I'm like, "Oh shit."
Uh-oh.
So I had to go to mom and dad. I'm like, "Mom and dad, I want to play with these things." And then, my dad sat down and gave me the talk. "Son, there's boy toys and then there's girl toys." I'm like, "Boy toys, can we go to the cabana? Woohoo, daddy." Of course, I didn't say that. But the whole point is, they thought I was gay. And you know what? They may have been right at some point in my life. But I stopped, and then I had He-Man, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, and all that stuff. And that's what I played with. But to talk to Diane Frost, I mean, you didn't see Diane Frost. You'd understand. So this, in my opinion, is not woke. And the reason why is because Down syndrome isn't a fucking choice.
Right.
Okay? Down syndrome's not a choice. These kids got enough to deal with, and they are some of the sweetest and kindest children I have ever met in my life.
Absolutely.
And I told my wife, if we have a child who's autistic, and Leroy knows my limitations. We've had some sub conversation about this. I know what I can and can't do. And I know a child who's autistic, I could not, I couldn't. I know this. There's a history there, okay? And I can't explain it. It's too much in detail, but I'll just tell you, I know as a father, everyone's like, "Oh, no, but your kid's different." No, it's not. No, not with me. I know what I can do. I know what I can't. But if I had a child with Down syndrome, I even told my wife, I said, if this baby has Down syndrome, we will frickin' love this child. We will take care of this child. Nobody will harm this child. We will have the most amazing child in the world. And I feel that way still. It's not a choice.
Right.
Either is autism. And if you can make a person who has Down syndrome feel a little bit more loved, or a little less stared at, or a little bit more cared for, then God bless America, great. Just like Leapfrog is green, and they have pink Leapfrog toys. There's only one, but at least it's there just in case a little girl wants to go ahead and have a laptop where, it's pink, so fine. I don't think this hurts anybody. What does is when the language comes around this, so since we can do Down syndrome, we can do trans now. No, that's not the same fucking thing. Right. And Republicans are frustrated because we know where this is going to lead. Like this is just getting around the bend. This is you guys circumventing the argument about trans and start trying to do this stuff and go, "Well, you're cool with Down syndrome toys. Why aren't you cool with trans?" Well, because the last time I checked, people with Down syndromes didn't choose. They didn't make a conscious effort to go ahead and say, "You know what, Mom, Dad, I want to be Downs today. I want to have Down syndrome. Can I do that?" And then we go ahead and we medically fucking destroy their brain, alter their facial features to make them look closer to Down syndrome, degrade their speech with some sort of freaking microsurgery on the webbing of their tongue, and then try to make them as close to Down syndrome as we possibly can. That's what we're talking about here.
Sure. Well, there's also the other part of that, which is that if you're talking about trans dolls, the ultimate goal for a trans, how would that be? A male who's transitioning to female would be to look like that the iconic Barbie doll in the final result. So, I mean, wouldn't a trans doll? How would you know? I mean, the whole idea is that
Well, I
they're
know how.
indistinguishable from a female.
I know how. Because it'll be called Barbie or instead of Barbie, it'll be called Benny with a live action Adam's apple feature. There'll be something, right? There'll be some where you can dress him as a man in the daytime when he goes to work, but on those Friday nights and Saturday nights when Benny wants to party, he can go ahead and dress like Barbie. And okay, one is selling a lifestyle choice, and the other one is recognizing somebody without a choice. There's a very big difference between the two. And it's the argument that the LGBTQ community uses where they say, well, I didn't have a choice. I was born this way.
Hey, can I address something real quick?
You can.
Havois, I don't know how to pronounce that. It says, Leroy, let the adults talk. Listen, Slick, this is a three-way show. We're gonna talk the way we talk.
Four-way show.
If you don't mind, just let me throw out my comments.
You
where
sexist
where I
dick.
see fit.
Thanks,
Is that all right?
Leroy.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks
for letting me be in charge for a while.
Hey, a sexist dick. It's a four-way show. Go ahead, Liv.
I appreciate you forgetting about me, Leroy.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry, Liv. You're off screen, out of sight, out of mind, lady.
That's right. You're a woman.
Fuck you, Leroy. I meant that with all love and respect.
No. Backpedal. No, it's perfect. Don't see you ruin it. You ruin it when you just lay it. Let that go. Lay it out there and just let it stew. Listen, this isn't a big deal. How they're going to package this, how they're going to sell this, it doesn't matter. In the scheme of thing, it doesn't matter. And if they want to make a doll and they want to go ahead and make a trans doll, you know what? It's not the same thing. And stop pretending that it is. This is the problem I have. It's not that people have a problem with transgenderism. We don't care what you do in the privacy of your own life. Stop saying you're a woman when you're a man, and stop saying you're a man when you're a woman, because that's the shit that it's the bridge too far, man. You're crossing a line that we're not going to embrace. Just like when you sit here and go, global warming. Okay, you know what? How much carbon monoxide is in the air? Anybody want to tell me? Someone take a guess. What percentage is in the air? Carbon monoxide, go.
Oh, it's
5%.
5%. Who's next?
I said 30. I have no idea.
30? Holy shit. 30. Leroy.
12%.
Oh, 12. All right. So just to let you know, it's actually 0.02%. Hold on. 0.02%. This is what I'm talking about. You gotta let me finish.
Sorry.
0.02% will kill everything on Earth because plants will die at 0.02%. So if there's only 0.02% carbon dioxide in the air, everything on Earth will die.
I got you.
So it's 0.04. And over the last 150 years, it's gone up from 0.03. So when they sit here and go, oh my God, global warming, we're all going to die. Okay. We don't know what the threshold is. We know that a lack of 0.02 will kill everything on Earth with not enough CO2 in the air. And we don't necessarily know what the poisonous threshold is for us. Now, for plants, it's a little bit different than us. Right. But all the damage we've done, all the volcanoes, all the bombs we've dropped, all the freaking dust in the air, all the freaking CO2, carbon emissions, please. Let's just stop with the Chicken Little. We feel the same way about this. And just like abortion, the heartbeat doesn't, actually, it's just a cavity. It's a subdermal cavity, which actually creates an echo. Fuck you. We don't care. It's a heartbeat. Shut up. Right. It's life.
A human.
So there's lines that we have that we draw and say no more. And we're never going to ever say a man is a woman and a woman is a man. It's never going to happen. And honestly, Once these little Gen Z fuckers have kids, they're going to do the same thing. Because you know what they're not going to do? A doctor never goes to you and goes, honey, I love you. You push so well. Thank you, sweetie. I'm sorry. It's been a long time. I'm sorry I crushed your hand. It's okay. Doctor. Yes, Spears? Can you please tell us what we had? Well, you had a non-binary mass of cells.
Right.
Never in the fucking history of having a child
We
have you
have
ever
to
heard
wait
that.
12 months so that we can let the child decide.
We don't
Right.
know. We got to wait
Right.
till this little fucker's at least
That's
7 or
crazy.
8
That's it.
before we can sexually mutilate it. So we don't know. I mean, it's just, what does it look like to you? Well, he kind of has a penis. Well, I don't know. What do you think? Maybe we shouldn't take the risk. Maybe we should call her he, her. Yeah, let's do that. Nobody on the fucking planet Earth has ever had that conversation. So I don't care when Gen Z starts having kids, they're going to backpedal off this shit and they're going to be like, oh, it's a boy, it's a girl. And they're going to say, excuse me, doctor, did you just assume my child's gender? It's never going to happen.
Right.
Ever. Look at how fucking woke they are.
If you're so confident in the gender of that baby without, without actually acknowledging what the doctors are saying, then, take the infant, take the newborn to a tattoo parlor and get his pronouns or her pronouns tattooed right across his back. See how well that goes.
That would be awesome.
Can you imagine
Gosh,
if my mom, the doctor walks in, Dr. Young, who, delivered me, and he's like, oh, Miss Spear, you have a beautiful baby. Oh, he's gorgeous. He looks so good.
God.
That's how Dr. Young talked. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Oh.
Are you a racist? Do you have a problem with Dr. Young? He eat fried rice. Don't be a fried rice, you prick. So Dr. Young goes, oh, Miss Spear, you have a beautiful baby. Yeah, I think. What do you want to name him? Matt. Matilda? No, Matt. You mean Matilda? No, he fucking, it never happened. Why? I want to know why you don't like Dr. Young. What's your problem?
Me?
He was, it was Dr. Jung. Dr. Young. He was Chinese. Did you not like my impersonation of Dr. Young?
No. I said Maxine. Could have been a Matthew to a Maxine to a
Maxine.
Matilda. Any other names?
Matthias.
Maureen had a good.
Matthias, yeah.
Matthias. Oh, Matthias and my ace. What?
So Maureen had a good point.
What did Maureen say?
Neutering a dog does not give you a female dog, just as neutering a male human will not give you a female.
Oh, Maureen.
Very good
Maureen
point.
coming with the law. Well, hold on a second. We got Rusty Duran. This is good. He says, y'all, I saw a trans doll over 20 years ago in a store in Fredericksburg, Virginia. We know where that's at.
Yes,
They
we
were
do.
the large G.I. Joe dolls dressed in women's clothes. So, of course, back then they were kitsch? I don't know what that means. And not widely sold. But the issue we see now is the indoctrination of our kids. Why did that town in Florida cancel their Pride Parade? The Pride Parade organizers canceled it because it'd be illegal to be lewd in front of children. So they canceled the Pride Parade wide. Well, because the reason why we have Pride Parades, just like we have the Rose Parade or the Macy's Day Parade, is to go ahead and put up commercials in order to sell to families to buy shit. The same reason why the Pride Parade is designed to go ahead and to bring new generations of kids to accept it.
Tight.
If they can't go ahead and indoctrinate children, they're not okay with it. Now, listen, I'm not saying that all Pride, I've taken part in 3 Pride Parades. Not going to lie. 3 of them. San Francisco, Los Angeles, California, and Simi Valley, California. And I worked for Apple. And I had a choice. I didn't have to go, but I wanted to go support my friends. Of course, I have no problem with that. And there were no assless chaps and guys wearing fucking dongs. That's not what it was. I mean, you see, these are really outrageous. The one in San Francisco got a little rowdy.
On my behalf this year for my work's Pride participation.
But listen, I wanted to go because I had a lot of friends in the LGBTQ community. So that's fine. But the problem is,
but they are
Go
not
ahead.
coming to my kids like, parades, the freaking baseball and so, they don't I don't feel, they know I support them every day in their day. Like, I don't need to show up to a parade for my friends.
I was working at Apple. What do you want? I mean, do I really want to give up $250,000 a year so I can just you know what? No, they bought my loyalty. What do you want me to say? I didn't want to lose my job, so I went. But you know what? I also supported when I was there my friends who wanted to go ahead and march in a parade. And honestly, it was like any other fucking parade. It was full of color, and there was queens there.
Now the thing is,
What?
I didn't go. We didn't take the kids.
Right? Oh no way! I can bring the kids. I don't have any reason to go. Why am I going to go celebrate your sexuality?
It's a conscious decision.
Right.
It's a conscious decision that you would have to go and participate. It's not like they're marching the parade right through your living room. You would actually have to go somewhere, which is very different than cancel culture that's happening now, where people are going to some of these comedian shows and saying, cancel Chappelle, cancel Bill Burr. Why would you go there to actively try to cancel someone?
Listen, it just comes out of this. Why do you need my acceptance for where you put your penis and vagina? Right. Why is that important to you? Why do you need? Nobody goes to me and goes, honey, what's going on right here? Who is it? It's 3 a.m. We're having sex. I don't know. Let's go get the door. Hi guys, my name's Bob, and I'm your next door neighbor, and I'm here to check if Mr. Spears putting his roto rooter in the plumbing that's right for him. Are you guys having sex? Yes, we are. Are you a biological female? Yes, she is. Are you a male? Yes, I am. Well, right the fuck on. Give me a high five. Right. And then walk out. Right. Why do you need that? Well, who cares? Just diddle your shit and have some fun. But we don't need to know. That's the problem. Right. Once again, it's just overblown. Down syndrome kid, you could understand why you might want to have a special parade for a Down syndrome person. Why do you need a gay pride parade? Why do I need a heterosexual parade? Why do I need a sadomasochistic parade? Why do I like to sleep with sheep parade? Who cares? Nobody gives a shit. So that's my point, is this ridiculous celebration of where you stick or don't stick your thing is ridiculous. All right.
Can I say one thing about the Barbie dolls?
Of course you can say one thing about the Barbie doll.
So Barbie dolls are aimed at children, little girls specifically.
Correct.
So having a Down syndrome doll is understandable because little girls are born with Down syndrome, and of course they want a doll that looks like them. The only reason to have a trans Barbie doll is to indoctrinate children. I don't know many adults who play with Barbie dolls on their own.
Correct.
Unless they have a child.
That's a good point.
So why do you need a trans Barbie doll?
Yeah, you're making a good point. You're making a good point. By the way, if the Avs lose tonight, they lost in more games in the first round than they did in all 4 rounds last year. I'm just saying. Okay, that's it. I'm just saying. Gosh darn it. All right, here we go.
They haven't even started playing it. Boston's losing right now, though.
I know. I can't wait. And I told you I thought Boston was going to out. So here it is. This is okay. Now here. I'm about ready to go off, bitches. Dylan Mulvaney. Okay. Everyone knows I'm in marketing. Everyone knows that I not only do marketing, but I can rehab companies' images and people's images, right? We're going to talk a little bit about that with Crowder, and hopefully he listens and hires me because I can help him. Donald Trump, if you're listening, I'm available. Dylan Mulvaney has been pretty much off the map for 3 weeks. I mean, like, Carmen Sandiego, where are you gone? And it hasn't been on TikTok, not, and obviously I'm not watching, but when I got this video, I went back and looked and I'm like, oh yeah, he really has been off. And I'm not going to call him a she. Okay. If you call yourself Dylan, you're a man. Sorry. That's a guy's name. Is Dylan not a guy? I mean, everything can be a girl's name nowadays, but he doesn't have a dead name.
I do have a friend that's got a daughter named
whatever.
Dylan.
He's probably trans.
Actually,
so no, whatever. So here's the thing: is he doesn't have a dead name. So I don't care. I'm not going to play this pronoun game. Whatever. So Dylan is an actor. Right? We know Dylan's an actor. We saw Dylan when he was 18 and he got into the scene on David Letterman and was like, woohoo! And he was a flamboyant man.
Right.
And he was all over the fucking top. And then he dressed like a 13-year-old little girl and just fucking annoyed everybody and just got in your face. Well, if you can see Dylan now, Dylan has put the hair behind the ears, has a Jackie O type look, a more professional look. Obviously had some work done on the face because
lower cut dress there.
It's fuller, right? It's fuller. wearing a push-up bra, more regal, more elegant. And Dylan is now trying to change the image. And I got sucked in. I can't believe it. And then I'm like, stop it. You know what's happening. And what he's trying to do now is instead of be the instigator and trying to create divide and division and be this, now it's, I don't understand what I did wrong. I'm just an innocent little person. I'm not subjectifying women. I just want to be treated like a normal person, and I don't want to create controversy anymore. I don't want to be seen as a controversial figure. I don't want to be an ambassador for sex change. I just want to be a normal person. I want to be your fucking Oprah. And I'm like, dude, gag me with a fucking spoon. You got me. I was like, dude, I'm a dick. I feel bad. Dylan making some good points. And then I'm like, you son of a bitch. You went into a room with a bunch of PR people and they said, come out like this. Wait for 3 weeks. Let the Bud Light thing cool down and come out and just be this empowering Oprah. And you want to know why? I fucking know, because they're grooming him for a fucking talk show. And that's next. He'll have a daytime talk show like Tyra Banks, like Drew Barrymore. It's coming. I'm telling you, it will be announced in the next 3 months. Mock me. Mock me.
Yeah.
Wait.
Doesn't he run a podcast?
Wait. Mock me.
Mock me.
Louder.
It's as loud as it goes.
Do it.
Mock me.
That's weak. Go ahead, Amy. What?
I think he and another, I don't know if it's another trans person or I don't know. But I think he runs I think it's for Ulta, because I know I was like, well, can't shop there anymore. Cancel my credit card, which is unfortunate. So have to shop at Sephora now. No, I think they do a podcast for Ulta for women. I think it's 2 men that do it. It's just very bizarre.
It's just ridiculous. He's going to get a talk show. I'm telling you, he's going to be on. He'll be on some cable news. I promise you, daytime talk show. Now let's listen to it. And I want you to listen to it. By the way, if you're taking a look at the necklace that he has with a heart on it, y'all may not know this, but this means what?
It's Tiffany's.
That looks Tiffany.
Yeah, it's
Tiffany.
not. It's not. That's not what it represents. Does anyone know what that represents? A padlocked heart on a chain.
No.
Well,
Yes, you do. The hell you don't know.
Tiffany's signature piece. And he wants to be Audrey Hepburn, Breakfast at Tiffany's. That's where I thought, like,
You're sure?
well, I know Tiffany's has that design. I know it's I mean, if it's not a Tiffany's piece, it's a good knockoff.
Okay. Do me a
The
favor.
bigger question is, why the hell do I know that?
Right.
No, that's not what I was going to say. No, the question, it also signifies something else. It also signifies that you're a submissive in a sexual relationship.
Ew.
Does it?
I had
Yes.
no idea. Yeah.
Yes, it does. So if you ever, let me talk. If you ever see a necklace which has a circle in it, a binding circle,
Yeah.
with 2 chains on the side, or you see a padlocked heart, it signifies a submissive relationship and a dominant relationship. Now,
I need a cheat card for
All right,
this
so,
shit when I'm
so I saw
shopping.
somebody
Like,
that was
I didn't
wearing
do
one
this.
that looked like a ball bag. What's that one about?
a ball gag, that's Zed, baby, and Zed is dead.
So I have to say something. Kat had a
Oh,
really
God.
funny comment.
Well, hold on a second. We're not doing funny comments right now. We're talking about this. We'll do funny comments in a second.
Okay.
Let me
I
show
had
you.
no idea. Because I love those necklaces with they have the circles too. I'm like, oh, I should get a choker. I love. I mean, I only wear literally the same earring, same necklace, and same watch every day. That's all I do not change it. I'm not a jewelry girl, but I appreciate
Right.
jewelry. I think it's beautiful. I just don't own it, and I wouldn't wear it if I did own it. I'm just not that person. But you
Right.
know, I like it.
So
had
just
no
to let
idea.
you know, this is the one that we all are aware of. This is like the one where you're like, whoosh, okay?
Yeah.
And obviously that's
I have
used for,
that.
it's, oh my God, you guys. That's used obviously for S&M type stuff. But the ones that they have now are a little bit more, they're smaller
Pretty.
and they're tinier. And
Yeah, that's not gonna
ultimately
hold
they
me up.
still, it's what it's showing you is I'm owned by somebody else is what it means. And they have them in all various degrees if you look at them on Etsy. And this looks very similar to that. Now, I'm not saying that Dylan Mulvaney is into S&M and is a sub and a dominant and all that other stuff. This very well could just be a necklace from Tiffany's. Okay? Very well could be. But just letting you know, in that subculture, that is absolutely what it represents. So I'm going to look at heart, necklace from Tiffany's. And then you can read your comment, Liv.
Okay.
Yeah, these are not Tiffany necklaces. He is not wearing a Tiffany necklace. I know what a Tiffany necklace looks like. That's not a Tiffany necklace in no way, shape, or form. Like this is a Tiffany.
Yeah, it has like the little loop through it. Yeah. Well, they also have the one that has like a crossbar that goes through, I think. Yeah.
I've seen it, and I'm looking at them right now. I'm looking at all of them. Then they have this one, which is more of the eye and hook, is what that's called, like this.
Yes,
Yep.
I thought that's what he had on. I can't see though.
I don't know. Here's what we're gonna do. I can't believe we're doing this. I don't know, girls. I think we're really kind of gotten something interesting here. Let's see.
Okay, what does the plumeria symbolize? Because that's all of my jewelry is plumeria. Is that like something weird I don't know about?
I don't know. Does that look like, that doesn't look like Tiffany's to me. It looks like there's an inscription there. Now, here's the one thing it doesn't have. That does look like the eye and hook. Now, here's the one thing it doesn't have that these S&M necklaces have. There's a key to it that opens it up.
That does look like the Tiffany's one.
Okay, so that's all right. I'm just asking, right? This is why I didn't accuse anything. And God, hey, who gives a shit? If you like a little Gray's, what is it called? 50 Shades of Gray. Good for you. I don't care. Everyone likes to get their pickle tickled. I'm fine with that. I was just wondering.
He's got enough money to buy Tiffany's now, so.
Yeah,
right.
He probably has he'll probably be a spokesperson for Tiffany's next week. All right, read your comment. That was funny.
Okay, gotta pull it up now. So Kat said, the Bud Clydesdales apologized. The spokeshorses stated, we know the difference between a mare and a stallion. And I just thought it was freaking hilarious.
That's great. That's fantastic. All right, let's listen to this so you guys can hear this. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on Dylan Mulvaney, but I think this is important. Just listen to the shift in the new approach of this new and improved Dylan Oprah Mulvaney.
It's day 9,610 of being a human. And I'm going to try to leave gender out of this since that's how we found ourselves here. I've been offline for a few weeks, and a lot has been said about me, some of which is so far from my truth that I was like hearing my name and I didn't even know who they were.
My truth.
I can't stand when people say my truth. There's only truth. There's no her truth, my truth, your truth, their truth. It's just truth. You freaking obnoxious little pecker winker.
Talking about
I really
sometimes.
don't like that word.
I don't either. Pecker winker?
No, truth.
Oh, yeah, me neither.
It's a very disassociated.
Wait, my truth. You like truth. You just don't like my truth.
So truth is always subjective anyway, right?
Oh, Lord. Okay, we're going to describe the nothingness of being in a second, Voltaire. Let's go ahead and finish this up. Okay, let's because that's actually a really good point. I'm not mocking. No, gosh darn it, I'm not mocking you. It's actually a really good point because truth is subjective, where fact is not. Mm-hmm. Truth has a human element of emotion in it. Surprisingly enough, he's not wrong. All right, here we go.
Feeling, and it was so loud that I didn't even feel part of the conversation. So I decided to take the back seat and just let them tucker themselves out. But then I remember
hidden meaning. Tucker. You could have
Mm-hmm.
said a lot of other words. You said, come on, you little shit.
That nearly 13 million people at some point enjoyed me enough to hit the follow button on these apps. And I was like, wait. I want to talk to those people. So hi, long time no talk. How are you? You might want to grab a beverage. This is going to be a longer one. But
a Bud Light? Should we grab a Bud Light? I mean, come on, Tucker, beverage, right? But listen, it's only like a minute and 12 seconds. Trust me, I put you all out of your misery in a second.
I'm doing okay, and I'm trying this new thing where I don't pressure myself to share anything before I'm ready. And I'm actually sitting with my emotions, not reacting, waiting to respond. And shockingly, I can't recommend it more. Like, therapy is paying off here, people. But I do have some thoughts to share with you.
I've never heard of a person. Literally, my therapy is doing wonders for me. It's like, actually, you look more like a woman today than you ever have. I don't know if it's working. So just FYI, I think it's having the opposite effect. You might want to stop therapy so you can normalize.
So I've been having crazy deja vu because I'm an adult, I'm 26, and throughout childhood, I was called too feminine and over the top. And here I am now being called all those same things, but this time it's from other adults. And if they're going to accuse me of anything, it should be that I'm a theater person and that I'm camp. But this is just my personality, and it always has been.
You hit it right there. Pause.
What I'm
Pause.
I was going to say,
Yeah, I know. Go ahead.
Just
No,
explained-
feed, you fucking vultures, feed.
He just explained his entire perspective, his truth, her truth, whatever we want to say, is that it does come down to exactly that. It's a personality trait, not gender.
Read Carl's comment, Olivia.
Somebody give him some Zoloft.
struggling with most is that I grew up in a conservative family, and I'm extremely privileged because
you're
they still
rebelling.
love me very much. And I grew up in the church, and I still have my faith, which I am really trying to hold on to right now. But I've always tried to love everyone, you know, even the people that make it really, really hard. And I think it's okay to be frustrated.
I always love the people who make it hard because I can't love them unless
You
it
always
is hard.
make it hard.
Yeah, if it's soft, how do you love them? You just walk up and boop, 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 boop. That doesn't work. It's like that little thing in front of the car salesman, you know, that just flops around. That doesn't work. You got to be hard.
With someone or confused, but what I'm struggling to understand is the need to dehumanize and to be cruel. I don't think that's right. You know, dehumanization has never fixed anything in history.
Hold on to
I
it.
want you to pause.
And,
Hold on.
You know, I'm embarrassed to even tell you this, but I was nervous that you were going to start believing those things that they were saying.
Dude, this guy's got 5 o'clock shadow at 10 in the morning. I mean, seriously, unbelievable. Amy, go ahead. It's only 30 seconds, but you go get him. You got to do it. Go.
I just have to point out the irony and hypocrisy of he's accusing people of dehumanizing him when he is the one who is dehumanizing women. But he said it. He's theater. He's campy.
He's
not
a
real
perfect
person.
liberal. It sounds like a perfect liberal to me. Go ahead and blame everyone else for what you're doing.
Right.
I mean, that's liberal. That's Solinsky number one. That's the first step, right? Blame them for what you're doing. Reassign blame. That's what Solinsky step number one.
The fact that he pointed out that he came from a conservative family, he didn't need to say that. So he wanted it to be known.
Right. He's
That's
trying
what
to
makes
get-
me think.
Yes.
That's what makes me
Yes.
think this is all a matter of rebellion.
It's not a rebellion. It's a strategy to go ahead and get those lingering conservatives and play at their heartstring. Listen, I felt like I felt like it was the sirens going through the channel of the Iliad, and I was Homer, and I was like the sirens were calling to me, and I was floating off the deck ready to be drowned by a bunch of fucking wet mer people. He pulled me in. And then like 3 minutes, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Hold on a second. Let's get back to Earth. What's he trying to do? Oh, you're trying to lure me with your clever ruse, you freaking long.
Occasionally, I'm going to point out that occasionally when he talks, this is my perception. This is my truth. Okay, so just go with me for a second on this. But every time I listen to him for any sort of an extended period of time, every now and then I feel like his voice slips, and then I hear like a baritone like Mike Rowe kind of creep out just for a hot second, and then he has to slip back into cosplay.
Right.
Just my take on it.
Yeah.
Well, of course, because it's theater, but he's not taking hormone. This guy's a fucking carpenter's dream. He's flatter than the Sahara.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have any boobs. Everyone's like, he has boobs. No, he doesn't. He's concave. If he's a skateboard, you can ride him.
My tits are bigger than his.
I'm pretty confident. So I think Ethan's tits are bigger than his. I mean, and you know, because he's got more muscle. This guy is like, He's not taking he's not taking any hormones. He's not taking estrogen. There's nothing there. He's got 5 o'clock fucking shadow, man, at 9 a.m. in the morning. He looks like Robin Williams' chest. It's crazy. I mean, it's like, if you're going to do it, go full committal, right? If you're going to do it. Go get the surgery. What are you waiting for? You got the money.
About me, since it is so loud. But I'm just going to go ahead and trust that the people who know me and my heart won't listen to that noise. What I'm interested in is getting back to making people laugh and to never stop learning. And
We're
going
laughing.
forward, I want to share parts of myself on here that have nothing to do with my identity. And I'm hoping those parts will still be exciting to you and will be enough. And to those of you who support me and choose to see my humanity, even if you don't fully understand or relate to me, thank you. And I don't know if reincarnation is a thing, but in my next life, I would love to be someone
Didn't you just say you have God and religion, and now you're fucking talking about reincarnation? I thought you had God. Where in the Bible does it talk about reincarnation? Also, where does it talk about that Adam had a frickin' vag and Eve had a dick?
He said he's trying to hold on to his faith, and I don't know what kind of church he attends, but I don't know if he's ever read the Bible, but there's just, I mean, God doesn't want this for us, and I want to like him in a way. I do. I want to like him. I think
So do I.
he has like
I don't dislike him.
charming qualities, but to me, he's such a just degrading person to women. I just have a hard time. I don't know if I could be in a room with him and not have some choice words.
I don't have a problem.
I would love
Listen,
to be like, let's have a beer, not Bud Light, but like
not a Bud Light. I don't have a problem with Dylan Mulvaney. That's not what this is about. Dylan Mulvaney, honestly, is a fairly attractive woman in this whole makeup thing, right? When you're dressed up like you are, actually, that's not an ugly person, surprisingly enough. Wasn't an unattractive man, not an unattractive pretend to be woman. And as a comfortable heterosexual, I can say that, and I have no problem with saying that. It's not about that. It's not that you don't come off as a convincing woman at times. What it comes down to is that you're not a fucking woman. And stop saying, I don't care about this. Just stop saying you're a woman. And don't expect me to say that you're a woman because, dude, you're not.
Right.
That's the only.
And you
that's
can
it.
say
Go
that,
ahead,
actually. Dude.
Right. Dude.
For anybody who's ever seen The Crying Game, right? There's a scene in the movie with Forrest Whitaker where he's like going after this dude's wife like hardcore for the first like 3/4 of the movie, and then he finally gets this dude's wife to like commit to like having sexual relations, and he goes to go down on her, and it's not a her, right? So he's looking at this, and Forrest like freaks out, and he's like
crying game.
Right. You know what I'm talking about, Matt, right?
You keep talking. I'm doing your soundtrack.
Okay. So I guess where I'm headed with this is at what point in society, with the more prevalent that this becomes, will we get to a point where people like Dylan, and I'm going to say I'm right there with you, Matt. He's not a bad looking presenting woman. He's not.
Leroy just texted me before.
Face, you'd look at that and go, all right,
Yeah.
But
Leroy texted me when I was talking
that,
a second ago, and he said, "Matt, I'd fuck him." That's what he just said. Come on, Leroy.
My point is that like somebody like that goes for a round of speed dating, right? At what point in the conversation do you go, look, before things go any further? By the way, I don't actually have, the magic meat pocket. I've got the other thing. And so, I mean, you're going to have to disclose that at some point. You can't pretend your whole time. Not unless you, in fact, have the money to go through with the full surgery. And even then, at what point, let's say 5 years down the road, in having an actual legitimate relationship, and the dude is going to go, hey, you know what? We're married now. I want to have kids. How does that conversation go? Well, I can't actually, because guess what? I don't have a cervix or ovaries. I actually had what you had at one point. You know,
It
that
doesn't.
is-
But nobody cares about this. See, here's the
they
thing.
do.
No, but nobody should. Nobody should give a flying fuck. If two adults wanted, I don't care. That's your fucking problem. If you married a transvestite and you want to have kids, go get a therapist. I don't care. I don't
No,
care
he's saying
what.
other
Hold on,
person
let me
doesn't
finish.
know.
Let me finish. On my turn. I don't care what Dylan Mulvaney does. I don't care what transvestite people do. I don't care if you want to have a penis, a vagina, if you want to get it lopped off, you don't want to have kids, you want to say, I don't care. You can play any fantasy you want to play. None of that concerns me. Just stop telling me that my wife isn't a woman. Stop pretending that you are a woman. That's all I want, because that's the only thing I care about, because I don't believe that I should be in somebody's bedroom. That is not my business. They can go ahead and answer to God. I'm not God. Listen, Amy, if you smoke a joint, should I come to your house and be like, why are you smoking marijuana? No, it's your fucking business. If you want to go ahead and cheat on your husband, that's your fucking business. I can tell you as a friend, hey, you probably shouldn't smoke weed in front of your kids. Hey, you probably shouldn't diddle another man. But that's none of my fucking business. You do you. But don't tell me that I should do this because you do that. Go ahead, Amy. Your call now.
No, I was just gonna say, I think Leroy was saying if one person was not truthful in the relationship and the other person was unaware.
Oh, come
I don't
on.
know
Who
how that would
doesn't
be
know?
possible.
Who
anyways,
doesn't
but,
know? Dude, when
I
the
don't
guy
know.
goes and takes a leak and he's
passable,
fucking, he
dude.
pisses all over the toilet seat at 3 a.m., you're going to have an idea. Honey, what the fuck's wrong with your vagina? What's wrong with your vagina that you can't hit the toilet seat? What is wrong with you? Seriously. When he goes to bed and he rolls over and he's like, like only a man can do. Like, geez, honey, you sound
will
like my
say
father.
kids are young.
I
They're
don't
not
know, man.
dating.
I'm saying that's passable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what-
Olivia's
so
pretty
what
bad.
if you- Go ahead, Olivia.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
Don't most trans women like women? I mean, I don't know how that works. I mean,
Oh, that's a
I'm
good
very
point.
No,
confused.
see, now this is
So I don't
you're
know.
going down the rabbit hole. I can't solve this equation. This is like chaos theory. Like when you said don't trans women, my head blew up. I'm lost.
I don't
My
understand.
ADD can't go down that rabbit hole. Okay, trans woman. Why don't you just say it? Don't say trans woman. Don't most men pretending to be women like women? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean,
Hold on. Most men pretending to be women like women.
Like women.
I
don't know
I
if
don't
that's
know.
I'm
true.
just,
I don't know
I'm
if it's
so
true or not.
confused.
See, my
Yeah.
brain just blew
Yeah.
up.
But-
Yeah.
Like, you want to go through quantum theory? You want to talk about I don't care,
fucking
anything.
Orbital mechanics is easier.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll talk about anything other than that, and that I can get it, but I can't get that. All right. So we're done playing Dylan Mulvaney. Here's what it comes down to. Dylan Mulvaney is being groomed. They are, it's obviously, he got a publicist. He got a PR person. He got a body man or a woman, whatever.
Oh.
And decided to go ahead and is redoing their image. And it makes sense because longevity, he's going to burn out in 15 minutes. Now you go ahead and make him a spokesperson, somebody who's very balanced, and make it all about those ignorant tight asses that can't understand the complexity of me. You have completely changed, and now you've got some staying power. Because here's the thing. I promise you this. If you give him a talk show or you put him on The View, ratings will go through the fucking roof. The View will get 20 million people watching it a day, and including conservatives who just fucking hate him because they're a bunch of ignorant dicks. I'm telling you right now, Dylan Mulvaney will be on The View or have a talk show. I promise
It's going to
you.
be on the Drew Barrymore show.
No, it's not big enough.
Oh,
He
that'll
will
be his
on The
first
View.
guest.
You put him on The View. I'm telling you, they'll go from 3 to 4 million a day to 12 to 15 million people watch that thing a day because people just want to see what happens next. It's like chasing a fucking ambulance. They just want to see the car wreck because that's a car wreck. Can you imagine Whoopi? Can you imagine Dylan Mulvaney like, oh, Whoopi, let me tell you, sister. She'll be like, what the fuck you talking about, white boy?
Right.
I'll fucking cut
Right.
you.
Right.
I understand oppression. I've been oppressed too. And Whoopi's going to be like, I'm gonna bitch slap this motherfucker across the earth.
I wonder if he'd come on our show.
Oh, I would kill to have Dylan Mulvaney on my show. I would
I
kill
know.
to. I'd just say, Dylan, please do me a favor. I have one question for you. What are you going to do when this gets old?
Right.
Yeah.
You should
What's
so
next?
reach out to him. I would love
So
it.
what are you going to do when this gets old? I mean, that's that. I know what I'm going to do because politics is like fucking death and taxes and
Goes on
herpes.
forever.
And herpes. It never goes away, right? It's going to be here forever. What are you going to do when this wears off? What are you going to do when your 15 minutes is up? What happens when the left finds something new and you become boring? What are you going to do? Because you're caught in this. You can't change again because everyone's going to be treat you like at least Bruce Jenner was this. I won 10 gold fucking medals. I won the decathlon. I went against everybody. And now I'm a woman. I actually respect Caitlyn Jenner and will call him Caitlyn Jenner because he doesn't want me to call him her. And he doesn't want me to fucking pretend he's a woman. Bruce Jenner doesn't go, oh, my dead name. How dare you say it? He's like, yeah, I was a fucking guy, and I was on the cover of a Wheaties box.
I think the kids still call him Dad, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, now I'm on the cover of a furry
Do
box.
they really?
I've
I've
think
never watched
so.
any of those shows.
I've never
so I wouldn't
watched
know,
it,
but-
but
Doesn't
that's
matter. I
just-
got no problem with Caitlyn Jenner. Like I said, I don't care if you want to go ahead and be trans. I don't care. Good for you. More power to you. Just stop taking and stealing shit that you talk about cultural appropriation. What the fuck is gender appropriation? I mean, that's what I mean. I can't wear blackface, but you can wear fucking she-face?
Oh, Jesus.
What? What
No,
is
that's-
wrong with what I just
that's a
said? How is that
solid
racist?
No,
point.
I said it's funny. It's funny. I'm laughing.
You can wear
No, it's
I
a
can't wear
solid
blackface,
point.
but you can wear she-face.
Yep.
For as
I'm
many
making a
times
meme.
as we hear of people who get pissed off
Making a
because
shirt.
Bryan Cranston goes to play a paralyzed person in
Yep.
a movie and they
Yep.
say he's culturally appropriating that person, right?
Yep.
You can't, and then you simultaneously go, well, that's just that's not really a man impersonating a woman. That's really a woman just trapped in a man's body. And
Right.
that's not really appropriation. No, you
Right.
should be every bit as pissed off
Right.
about this because it's the same thing.
It's the
You
same
are
thing.
pretending-
It's
You
worse.
are pretending to be someone else, and you're trying to pass it along to us. You're trying
That's
to
right.
get me to believe this. At least I know Bryan Cranston can get up and run away if he really
Right.
wanted to.
Right. Well, listen, I just can't stand. That's the best line I think I've made. I'm done. That's
No,
the whole
that's-
trans argument.
that's
If I can't do
soundbite right there,
blackface,
yeah.
why do you get to wear she-face? That's it. That's it. The conversation's over.
That's very
Put that on a
The
shirt,
fucking-
and I'll buy that shirt and wear it next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it too. What I'm gonna do is I'll do like fucking Ted Danson. It'll be brown and it'll have the white lips and
It's
everything.
Doubtfire,
It'll be a silhouette mask. And it'll say, if I can't wear blackface, and then I'm going to do like Dylan Mulvaney mask with eyeliner. Why can you wear she-face? Like, seriously? I mean, because I don't want to wear blackface. That's the thing. And I don't care if you wear she-face. You can wear she-face. You can wear blackface.
Sure.
I don't give a fuck face. What you don't get to do, fuck face, is say that you're a woman because all of a sudden you decide to put on makeup and trivialize what a woman is all about. I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
And
It's
there's
stupid.
There's also the aesthetic end of this piece, right? So when we're looking at someone like Dylan Mulvaney or any of the other people who are currently in transition, right? At some point, you're going to look at that person. You're going to go, okay, that person looks like Christy Brinkley. Okay, that person looks like Amy. Okay, that person looks like, Farrah Fawcett. Okay, fine. But then the moment they open their mouth and they sound like James Earl Jones, you're going to know something's up.
Yeah.
Right?
I said it was for my father because it is.
Anyway, sorry.
Luke, I am your father. All right, folks.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I do that really well. All right, folks, here it is. All right, I want to here is a caveat to this conversation, okay? And honestly, Olivia and I are popping smoke.
Crowder.
Olivia and I are popping smoke at 9:45. I want to be transparent. I have spoken to my wife like this.
Oh, mother.
On several occasions in my life. And the only way I can explain it is, first of all, everything I'm going to say here, I don't know. I don't know the truth. But I am assuming, because the way Crowder is built and the struggle that he has had with weight off and on and how good he looks right now, I'm pretty confident he's on testosterone replacement therapy. I can't guarantee it, but I'm pretty damn sure. Pretty sure. Because I'm on TRT. And you don't get this at our age unless you probably have something helping you maintain a certain physique, because it's just a fact. Men produce more estrogen later in life and less testosterone, and that's just the way it works. Okay, unless you're The Rock. And yeah, so
he's juicy.
and I don't want to be interrupted on this one. This one's really important. So, and everyone's going to get their say. I got to preface this. This is none of my business. It's none of my business. But it needs to be discussed. And I'm not going to make excuses for Crowder, because Crowder here is an infantile dick. And so was I. And I still can be. There's something about people with high level intelligence or alphas who are extremely strong personalities can be incessant babies at time when they finally surrender their strength and give someone the power of love and make themselves vulnerable, and they get temperamental to a point of tantrum. And I've done it. Olivia will tell you. She honestly will just say, yes, this is true. Where we become, nope, not going to do that. Nope, stick your head in fucking doo-doo, na boo-boo. And we become so irrational and immature and petulant because we can't stand the person we love treating us like we're stupid. And when we feel that way, we lash out. Now, this is my biggest thing. Olivia has her own. Olivia can be a biznatch of epic proportions. But I've spoken to my wife this way, and we've had juvenile, stupid arguments just like this. And I have to say that when a woman is pregnant, on the other hand, they are fucking crazy. Every one of them. No, my pregnancy was so, no, fuck you.
Oh, no.
You were fucking crazy.
Oh,
You're
no.
a woman. I promise you that fucking thing inside you is Damien and the devil's seed, and you are Satan.
I was a horrible pregnant woman. Horrible.
Twice.
We even discussed having a third child, and then we're like, no, our marriage can't survive it. I was horrible.
So I want to say this. I am not going to comment, but I'm playing it because Crowder is not getting a fair shake and his wife isn't getting a fair shake. And good for fucking her, because there are plenty of times Olivia should have left my sorry ass. Plenty of times. And I would totally, and trust me when I say there are plenty of times I should have left her ass. But we made it through because we love each other. Now, for those of you who haven't heard it, please refrain and let's watch this together. And chime in and pause when you want me to. But before you give me your thoughts on this, let's listen to it. And I want to be clear, the only reason we're doing this is not to bash on Crowder and not to play their love life, but to offer a different perspective from four very balanced, in love, married people. Leroy is very married and very in love. Amy is very married and very in love. And I am kind of married and kind of in love. Just kidding. Very married and very in love too. So here it is.
What about Olivia?
Oh, she's wow. How could she not be? Come on.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, fuck Olivia. Who cares? Listen, lady, you can talk when I tell you, okay? Shut up. So no, Liv, I'm sorry.
Would you like your pot pie now or later?
Later. All right. So here it is.
I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary of abuse and cruel. You were not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries. Steaks. What pellets?
Okay. You refuse to do wifely things. Now, I want to go ahead and put this in perspective. Crowder wakes up at 4 a.m. every fucking morning. He lifts. He then goes ahead and gets done with his lift and he eats. He then goes into work and he works 14 to 15 hours a day. This guy provides millions of dollars to live a lavish lifestyle. And the agreement is you do wifely things and I make the money. That's Olivia and I's agreement. And I didn't ask for it. Olivia, who wanted that relationship?
Me.
Do you want to expand on that a little bit?
I always wanted to be a stay-home mom. That's always what I wanted to be.
And connived and cajoled and Machiavellied her way into it, because I'm like, bullshit. We should both work. We can make twice as much. But no, she wanted to stay home. So when she doesn't do her wifely duties, I get pissed. And I'm like, this is what you wanted. I should be able to have, the things that I need, because I can't do what you want me to do and keep going and then go to the fucking store or balance a checkbook or clean the whole fucking house when I'm popping 80 hours a week to provide the lifestyle that you wanted, right? Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay, so I understand where he's coming from on that, okay? But just want to make sure they have an agreement. She does the wifely thing. She cooks, she cleans, she goes to the store, she takes care of the pets. This is her job. Okay?
My grill. I know it's not unreasonable, but I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect me? Yes. Other than that, you see love. Respect. I know. Other than that, no, you're not taking the car.
Stephen,
You're not taking the car.
Stephen,
You are not.
then I will ask them to pick me up. Would you like me to ask?
Right?
It's not a threat, Stephen.
Get an Uber.
Okay, Stephen, I can't.
Feeling some constraints?
Stephen.
Like, I can't
Stephen.
go. Listen to me. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either.
Stephen,
Do you understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you going, I'll be back when I'm back?
Stephen.
The only way out of it is a discipline. It's the only way out of it, and we're at an impasse.
We are at an impasse.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline. Yeah. There you go. You throw your hand, you give up so easily.
I don't give up, Stephen.
You give up so easily. I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Stephen, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Stephen, your piece is sick.
Watch it.
Sick.
Watch it. Fucking watch it.
Hey.
I'm gonna let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some space. We need to just stop engaging for a little bit. Okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem. I've never received love from you, and the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, you just be disciplined about it, you go, no. But I love you more than life itself. Okay. Put on some gloves. No. But I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. It's not fair, and it's disingenuous. Hillary, you're right, we're at an impasse. Become someone that's you did, day in and day out, worthy of a wife. No, not as a wife. I didn't say.
All right, so early reaction to this, and and the only I really want to put this on here because I've been in his shoes. I've been there. I've been like, okay, how did we lose $25,000 in 6 months? How did we do that? How did we lose $25,000 in 6 months? Just tell me how. You haven't balanced the book in over 9. What? Wait, when did mind fucking blown? And you're like, okay, you start feeling bad, you start feeling guilty. But then again, how come you can't take out the fucking garbage once in a while, Matt? Hey, Matt, why can't you go to the store and pick up some fucking milk once in a while? Why can't you go ahead and change a diaper? Why can't you do the dishes? Why can't you cook one night? Okay, that's all fair. These are good. Why can't I take a night off? So we've both been in these positions. But does this sound familiar to you?
Yes, I'm confused because I'm having a hard time hearing, but I'm lagged on Facebook. Is he complaining that there's no food in the house, but yet telling her he can't take the car?
No, she wants to just leave, and she's just going to go. And he's not. This whole argument started because the dog needs flea medication, and she didn't do it, and she was supposed to. But he's like, well, why don't you just, she's like, well, I'm pregnant. I shouldn't touch this stuff. And he's like, well, why don't you just wear gloves? And she's like, no, I can't wear gloves. I can't do that. And they're getting in this wicked fucking fight. I mean, I know.
I can understand the argument of I'm pregnant. I get that. I can understand. You don't want to touch anything like that. Even with gloves, you don't want to go near it. I wouldn't take cough syrup.
Yeah, no, I know. I remember. I remember.
I'm like, I understand that. Now, did she cheat on him? Because it sounds like she cheated on
Here's
him.
what it comes down to. I'm not going to speculate. I know that she filed for divorce and she's now gone. And then on his show, he said, really weird, like, he's like, well, she went ahead and divorced me. And in the state of Texas, she can do that without my permission. And I'm like, woo, what the fuck? That sounds a little like he sounds very controlling, very domineering, very abrasive,
Well,
very disrespectful.
To have that show, right? To be in the position where he's at. If I was going to paint a picture of him psychologically, I would automatically peg him as a very, very alpha. Hey, this is it's my way or get the hell out, right? So I could see that part of the relationship.
Well, when she's like, I can't stand your abuse, he's like, watch it. Like he's not yelling, he's not out of control. He's not
though, man.
I've said it too.
Said that kind of thing.
I've said that shit. My wife Olivia has never called me controlling. Ever in our relationship. Not one time. But she's called me a fucking cocksucker.
Yes.
And I was like, whoa, watch it. Careful now. Don't do that. And I've called her a see you next Tuesday for sure. But this is a very mild argument. But I think here's the problem. In my opinion, this is what it is. This is Crowder being an intellectual, extremely smart fucking guy who is extremely alpha, who is losing someone he does love. And he doesn't know how to stop her from going because this guy doesn't have the capability to be humble enough to say, I'm wrong. I'm being stupid.
Sure.
I love you.
Sure.
And I'm sorry. I think because later in this episode, he gets down on his knees and tells her not to go. And it's like, dude, it's too fucking late. You're trivializing her. You're making her seem like she is insignificant or inferior to you. And that's not a relationship, bro. She's a fucking slave. And that's not the agreement. Go ahead.
Two quick points. Something you had brought up earlier, which is the fact that she is pregnant, and there's a pretty, at least reasonable likelihood that he might be on some sort of testosterone booster to begin with, right? So when you combine those two in a normal, everyday, run-of-the-mill argument, now, and something else I wanted to point out was that they haven't been married that long. It's they're both pretty young still.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to get to a point in a relationship where you can kind of you take that kind of heat from somebody and you can just go, fuck it. You know that it'll be that it's a passing thing and that you will likely come to some sort of concession by the morning. Those nights do happen, folks. You don't get to 26 years of marriage without letting that kind of thing happen at least a couple of times. And then the other thing I was going to say was I saw a lot of Amy's head nodding, and I wanted to get her take on it because she's been kind of
because I want Amy and Olivia's take too, because they put up with. Listen, Jason's probably a lot like I am, and I know Leroy's a lot like I am. So you guys are married to it. So you tell us.
Do you want to go first, Liv?
You can go first.
So,
oh God, the sisters are getting together. Here we go.
No. So I mean, honestly, just being pregnant and remembering, I was like Liv. I don't even really remember my second pregnancy because I had so many other things going on in my life. I feel like I just skipped over her, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm having a baby in a week or whatever, and didn't even announce it until she was about 3 weeks away from being delivered. So I love you. Good night. So I didn't get to really even think about my pregnancy, but my first one was really difficult, and I'm sure I wasn't an easy person to deal with. You going to bed? Okay. Good night. I love you.
Good night, kiddo.
Love you. Shut my door on your way out, please, love. Thank you. But I remember being pregnant, and everything seems like a big deal, especially if it's your first baby. Like Liv said, you don't want to touch anything. You don't want to put anything in your body. You don't want to be around, car exhaust. Like everything, the doctors are like, everything's gonna
pumping
make
gas.
you have
I remember
problems.
my wife having that one.
Yeah, so everything is like terrifying. Even with your second, you're probably less careful, but you're still extremely careful. Like, but okay, this isn't gonna be that, So I don't know what pregnancy this was for her. I think they have multiple kids, right? Does they have one kid? Did they have one
I'm
son?
not
I
going
don't
to speak
remember.
on anything I don't know because I don't know a
Okay.
lot because it's none of my
I don't know.
business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know either. I know he has a son. I don't know if he has multiple kids though. I know he has at least one son.
What pisses me off real quick, Amy, is like Candace Owens is up there. She's like, fucking blah, 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 blah. Fuck Crowder, fuck Crowder. And I'm like, the only reason you're doing that is because him and Daily Wire are crossing sabers and dicks, and you guys are backing up Shapiro. Shut the fuck up, Candace Owens. And with all respect, because I like Candace Owens, but fuck her. She's on the wrong side of this. You should have shut up. You shouldn't open up your fucking mouth. That's crap. You've got to understand marriage is a relationship and it takes a lot of work. And I love Candace Owens a lot, but the only reason she's commenting on this is to get her nose into the Daily Wire bullshit. She's not happy with Crowder. That's cheap and that's bullshit. I mean, it really is.
Yeah. So what it comes down to, and I'll try to keep it short. My true opinion on this is both of these people, if I didn't even know who this was, I would say both of these people lack respect, like basic respect for each other as human beings. And, of course, Jason and I have our problems. We argue. Like, I get so angry at him because he never freaking cleans the dishes, and I cook 99.9% of the food in our house, and I do the shopping and I do all the cooking, and I'm like, you could at least do the fucking dishes. Excuse my language. It just pisses me off. And because I'm like, I do all the laundry, the cleaning, and I work. I do all the wifely duties, and I also work full time. And the kids, I take care of the kids 99%. So, but I also know that he works equally hard as me. And when, it comes down to it, even though I have the potential to make as much money as him, he earns more than I do, and he provides more for our family than I do financially. So there is a give and take. I respect his position as the head of household. And even though I don't like doing all the wifely duties, I do them anyway. I just complain about the dishes. I don't complain about the other shit, but I do complain about the dishes. So I
complain
understand
about the laundry.
Yeah.
Oh, bullshit. I've tried to do laundry. You won't let me do it.
I know. I hate laundry.
Everyone hates laundry. I don't even care anymore. It's like, here's your pile. There's your pile.
So real quick to get into this, people are asking a couple questions. First, somebody said Candace Owens did Crowder went after Candace Owens first. How could he possibly have done that? So you're telling me he released the ring video this was a ring. By the way, two things. Someone said, hey, how did they let this happen? Man, our fucking videos have recorded in some of our most wicked fights and we're not aware of it. We don't even think about them anymore. We don't even think about them, right, Liv?
No.
Okay, so any one of those could be, they're always listening. It could be used, right? Second, how did he go after Candace Owens about this topic? I understand that Ben Shapiro and Daily Wire, they all went after each other. About this specific topic, there's no way Candace Owens was a victim in this. She went after him first. The video was released, and then she went after Crowder. It's comparing apples and oranges. That doesn't. They had a previous beef. That doesn't matter. She still should shut up about it and not go on the public stage. If she wants to condemn Crowder for the way he treated her, that's fine. You can do that in a professional manner. I don't think what she did was professional. I thought what she did was vitriolic. She did not go ahead. It's abuse, and this women should have been treated this way. It's like, whoa. Let's take both sides here and understand that there's other things that we don't know. We don't know if she has mental issues. We don't know if he has a mental issue. We don't know anything about this. He didn't hit her. He didn't bounce her off of a fucking wall. He's treating her subserviently, which is disrespectful. I get that. But let's just say that this is now the 1000th time they've had this fucking conversation. And he's been like, dude, I make the money and you don't respect me.
Right.
You don't discipline yourself. You sleep until fucking noon and you go and get your fucking nails done and you spend thousands of dollars of my money and I can't even get a steak. I want a steak. It's my day off, man. It's my one day off. I wanted to go out and we wanted to go drinking tonight with some friends. Where's my steak? I just want my steak. Okay, well, that's sometimes that can happen. So Liv, your thoughts, and then we're going to play the rest.
So
How did it get out?
Honestly-
How did it get out to the public? I believe this was used in the divorce trial, and this was leaked somehow. I don't know. Once again, I don't want to speak on any of this because I just want to. This is more about relationships and compromise and taking the perspective of both parties. Go ahead, Liv.
All right. So first, we've been together for 24 years and married for 20, almost 21 now. This fight, to be honest, is not that bad.
No, it's
And
kind
he
of
married. No, it's not. I was when I heard this, I was expecting some drag out where he's calling her names and she's screaming.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this going, this is a relatively calm.
I haven't even called each other anything
I
yet.
wouldn't even call this a fight. I would call this an argument because I can tell you when I was pregnant, we had some bigger blowouts.
No, we didn't. I didn't say anything.
He never called me a name when I was pregnant, but I can tell you I blew up at him several times.
I was like, dude, I was like the Dalai fucking Lama. Not after. Oh my God. No, I was the one that instigated it. But during pregnancy, I was like, okay, baby. All right, baby, we'll get through this. Because that's when it's show up time and time to be a man, I show up. Hold on. Melanie says, Candace said she was praying for him during this time. And then the video came. She posted after she claimed he doxed him or dozed him. Listen, I don't know any of that, okay? All I'm telling you is that what she did, I don't care what he said. He's going through a divorce. He's going through a hell of a time. Obviously, this is an embarrassing time. Nobody needs to pile on the guy. I'm not defending Crowder. I'm not defending Crowder. I'm not defending her either. What I'm defending is the sanctity of marriage, and know that shit happens in marriage, and usually it's both people's fault. Both people's fault. And if she allowed him for so long to talk to her like this, well, you know what? You can't have it both ways, that women are weak and they just can't take care of themselves. Bullshit. I know somebody who I'm looking at who's tough. You have to understand women are strong and tough. And my wife at any time could say, fuck you, pal, I'm leaving. And she knows she could. Now, if he's getting tossed around the wall and getting slammed, that's a different story. But there's no sign of any physical abuse here. Liz,
I
go
haven't
ahead.
even seen him really move. He's just talking.
Go ahead, finish, baby. I'm sorry to
Real
interrupt.
quick, real quick. Then I wanted to add something to that.
Yeah.
Just a few seconds. This video is what, 3-5 minutes long.
We have
And
another
there's
couple minutes.
And there's another. My point is that people are either condemning or condoning what we're seeing in this 3-minute video when we don't know what the prior 7 or 10 years was like.
Right.
And I think, and that's, I was just going to say, that's Matt's point, is that you really can't fully appreciate a 7 to 10 year relationship and boil it down to judgment within 3 minutes.
That's right.
Unless there was some sort of level of violence, which
Like he bounces her, he throws her in the pool. Right. Yes.
Right. I haven't even seen anybody call anybody names yet or anything.
Yeah, the dog hasn't even fucking moved, and every pet would be, once the owners start really getting bad, they leave. We know this because you couldn't find my cat for a month. But here's the thing. I don't mind Candace Owens having an opinion. I like Candace Owens. I really do. She's smarter than me. She's got a better show than me. She's just awesome. I love Candace Owens. But shut up. Okay, you know what? I'm a man. Shut the fuck up.
You know,
hold on. Here's why you need to shut the fuck up. Because Candace, you are an opinionated alpha woman, and don't tell me that your boyfriend or your husband doesn't want to fucking say the same shit to you sometime, or you don't degrade them. We are alpha people, and we all can be dicks. So don't sit here and pretend that your shit doesn't sink, sister, and that you have this rosy relationship, because you could probably be a fucking a woman with a capital B sometimes, I'm sure. Okay?
I am not sure on this, but I recall reading or hearing somewhere that her husband is a former Navy officer. Not that that means a whole lot.
Well, okay, Liv, go. But you never know. Go ahead.
So, like I said, this doesn't even seem like that bad of an argument. I mean, in our 20 years, we've had some pretty wicked fights, and I've almost walked out on you. You've almost walked out on me.
You've never almost walked out on me. You couldn't leave. Come on, please.
You got out the door and then you couldn't get in the car. So
I couldn't. I couldn't. No, I could. Even at my worst, I never wanted to leave you.
No, it was always a threat. It was always
stupid.
the threat. It was dumb and stupid.
You were always being dumb, you know?
And I mean...
Oh, there it comes. Jesus.
I'm number one, she says.
Yeah.
I don't know. with that dog in the video.
Apparently. Well, I mean, on his behalf, on Crowder's behalf, I can understand what it's like to live with a pregnant woman. I mean, looking back, I feel awful for the way I treated you and Hayden, to be completely honest. I was not a good person during Ethan's pregnancy. I was miserable. I didn't realize I had postpartum depression from Hayden that I never got help for. And it kind of followed me through Ethan's pregnancy. And I was a miserable person during pregnancy. And I mean, I also started dilating at 32 weeks for each kid. So I was in pre-labor for 6 weeks.
She was
with
8
both
centimeters
kids.
dilated for almost 4 weeks.
I was in pre-labor for 6 weeks.
I mean, it was awesome for me. I was doing this. I was like, holy shit, this is huge.
So, I mean,
awesome. Echo. Hello. My son's like, daddy. It was great.
So, I mean, I can understand. She looks pretty big, so she's probably near the end of the pregnancy. So I can
Pretty
understand.
big. And what the fuck is up with the tummy and the
I don't know. I never showed my
All
tummy.
right, so
but, so I think he's probably at the end of his wits because she's probably honestly probably hasn't been the best thing. But
no, she's standing. Steven's sitting down.
But I can tell you at the end of my pregnancy where I was like, I can't sit, I can't walk, I can't sleep, I'm exhausted. That I'm like, can't you just cook Hayden breakfast? Can't
Bullshit. That's a lie. I cooked her breakfast all the fucking time. See, this is lies. I was a perfect.
Let me finish.
You're lying. You're saying you had to ask me to cook breakfast.
No,
you did
I'm
nothing for
using it
9
as an
months.
example.
9
Let me
months, I
finish.
did everything for the house.
Pay attention,
Bullshit.
dummies. This is how you're. This is how married.
Fucking lies.
Finish.
Please,
Fucking
let's
lies.
listen.
Okay, go.
Let me finish.
All right, hurry up.
I never said that you didn't cook
You
breakfast
just did. You
for
said you
her.
had to ask me. You never had to ask me.
I'm using it as an example.
Oh, then
it
say
was
that.
10 years ago. I don't remember exactly. Freaking.
You're not leaving with the car, Olivia. You're just going to sit there and be on the show.
You're not getting your fucking steak tomorrow either.
All right, fine.
So, I mean,
why do I have one car?
Well,
that's the other point.
We got to
There
watch
was
the rest of the
millions.
video of you
Where's
women
the
would
other
just fucking
freaking
button it
car?
up.
Let Olivia finish.
Oh my
Let Liv
God.
finish. Sorry.
Hurry
God,
it
I
up.
don't even know my train of thought
God, it's like a
anymore.
fucking knitting class. Let's
I don't even know
go.
my train of thought.
I know. My daughter comes down. She's like, we can hear you from upstairs.
Matt's like, I want you to crochet me an apology right now.
That's right. You can do it in cross stitch. Crochet's too easy. Do it in double stitch, cross stitch.
I'll teach you how to
We're just
cross
talking.
stitch, Leroy.
We're joking. We're joking. All right, go. All right, good. We're watching the rest. Here it is.
Hillary, come on now. I'm not gonna engage. I'm not gonna engage anymore. I'm gonna go. I'll get text me what you need. I'll get you what you need.
By the way, key to arguments. If somebody says, I want to go, bite your tongue, shut up, and let them go. It's the best thing for the argument. Just let them go because I can't because I am a control freak. I am. It's so hard for me, but I've learned how to walk away. And Olivia and I are in a much better spot. I think Hayden would agree. She's right here.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi. Right.
I love you. I'm committed to you.
Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm not trying to.
Are you committed enough to do those things? You're not committed to anything. You're not committed to anything. You just said I love you. I'm committed to you. Walk the dogs, put on some gloves.
I need to.
Walk the dogs, put on some
Steven,
gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things?
I-
Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm gonna just.
Walk the dogs, put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to get the medication the dogs take? No, you take Betty.
Wow, that was a pretty horrible watch, wasn't it? So what we
Oh, shut up. You don't have a woman, you fat fuck.
I can tell you that we have had some pretty big fights over some stupid shit. Stupid things. So,
And why did you edit the video where he said, I'll fuck you up? In no way, shape, or form did he demonstrate that to me, that he even remotely took it to that level. And I know, because I've probably said that to Olivia. You know what? You want to fight like a man? Do that one more time. You know, slap me, hit me like that one more time. Come on.
It did not sound like he said that. Although, admittedly, I have had fights with my wife where, I've said shit borderline to that. Yeah. So
JD says, Hayden, just say dad was right most of the time. It's the best policy. I think Hayden is old enough to say that neither of us were right. We were both wrong. And you don't win in an argument like, go ahead, get on the microphone. No, you can't do it unless you talk.
That's the dance.
Hold on, let Hayden say something because Hayden wants to get about.
Actually, hang on. Give me a second.
Don't trip.
Okay. Actually, women are always right. So, mom always won. And if
Hayden.
we're ever in an argument, I always win. So, yeah.
Okay. So Hayden,
Right,
I didn't.
Amy? Right?
Don't get Amy in this. Hey, her eyes used to be hazel green. Now they're brown. Her eyes are full of girl power.
Gray.
Listen, Hayden, I thought you were going to come in here and try to add something that was unique, a perspective we hadn't heard before. But every single woman knows that they are right. The moment they always know that, because the moment we get married, men aren't right. You go to bed.
No.
Get it. You know.
Every woman is right other than Hillary Clinton.
No, that's fair.
Wow.
That's fair.
Very
You've
insightful.
never had a relationship longer than like 5 days.
What?
Hayden, you didn't talk into the mic.
Hi.
When you have a boyfriend longer
Yeah.
than 12 minutes, you get to give opinion on
It
advice.
lasted 2 weeks, actually.
It didn't last 2 weeks.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. April 1st to April 15th.
Oh my
I
God.
know my
Hayden,
days.
how old are you now? How old?
13. 13.
Oh,
Wait,
boy,
April
I
1st
can
to
tell
April
you're a
15th,
teenager.
15 days, dipshit.
Yeah.
True.
Hold on. Leroy's Hey, Leroy's talking to you.
Yes, hi, Leroy.
Go ahead, Leroy.
I
Tell
was
her.
just saying, I couldn't tell at all that you were a 13-year-old with, that attitude just pouring through the mic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I have the attitude of a 16-year-old.
Yeah, no. So, okay. You know what? This is a great topic to end the night.
God love
This is
you.
fantastic. This is important. All right. I think we got enough about Crowder. Listen, God bless them both. And I hope that they somehow can find a way to reconcile. It sounds like she loved him. And honestly, he probably loves her too. He just needs to grow up a little bit. I had to. He's going to have to learn how to do that. And she's going to have to learn to be more forgiving and not push the buttons that she knows. You know what? You could have walked the fucking dogs. Don't give me any shit. It's the best thing for you when you're pregnant is to walk. Every doctor tells you to do it. You just decided not to do it. You decided, you know what? Fuck him. I'm not going to do it. Well, guess what? That pissed him off. And he knew that he could walk the fucking dogs. It comes down to this. We just need to relax and not be so. But here's the thing. McKenna,
Yeah.
Mike,
Yes.
or get out of the chair.
Oh, I'm on the mic.
So here's the thing. Hayden comes to us and says, "Hey, mom and dad, I want to skip pre-algebra next year, and I want to take algebra 1." Now, she's really good at math. Her map testing, she's top 1%. She's really good. But she's learned the basics of algebra, but not pre-algebra. There's more to it. It's not necessarily, pluses and minuses and multiplication anymore. It's theorem. And she has to understand how that works. And her math teacher, mom and dad, have said, we would rather have you go and take pre-algebra, nail it, even if it's a little boring, even if it's a little rudimentary, then you can go into algebra. But she wants to go ahead and do the hard thing and jump right into algebra. And we're recommending her not, because that will go on her high school transcript, because it's a high school course and she's taking it as a 7th grader.
Yeah.
Leroy, Amy, and viewers, you've all done it. What should she do? Should she take her pre-algebra next year and then go ahead and take algebra over summer school? Or should she go ahead and jump right into algebra and take a risk?
I was going to say take pre-algebra this summer and then take algebra next year if she's ready.
Let her finish. Go ahead, Hayden.
That's what I wanted to do, but there's not a course for pre-algebra.
Okay. I would do pre-algebra first. It's better to be more prepared than ill-prepared.
Okay. Leroy, what do you think?
Well, this is where Matt's going to actually get a little irritated with me, but I would actually agree with
Leroy, you got one fucking job to do. You got one job to do is to agree with
One
the parent.
job.
You son of a bitch.
What do you say?
He's going to fight.
I
He's
would
going to go.
say that
You
if she is
shit, you-
confident, I've taken algebra, it's not that damn hard. If she is crushing math the way she is, if she has every confidence that she can do algebra,
Share with
then
Mom.
let her have at it. But what I would say is,
Hold on before you say
Set-
that. Actually, hold on. Let me hold on.
shut it up.
He's saying let her. Algebra's not that hard. He's taking it. If she's really that good at math, that you should let her take it and let her crush it. However, go ahead.
But I would set the stipulation ahead of time that while she's taking the course, if at any point she starts slipping, if at any point she needs help, right, that by the end of the quarter, it's too late. You're going to need to be more mindful of your progress through the course so that you guarantee your success by the time you get to the ass end of it. That's all I would say.
But the problem is that she can't step down on the course. The classes here are very aggressive. Virginia is very aggressive. They book to the T. She can't step down and she can't go up. Now, everybody, Hayden, I got you. Hold on. Everybody is pretty much saying take pre-algebra. Like take the easy A. That was my thought. Like when you're at work, you don't sit there and go, hey, boss, I hit my revenue and my margin goal. Can you go ahead and throw on another 10% and move my bonus away from me? No, you take the easy A. However, Hayden has a point. Go ahead, McKenna.
Okay, Renata Hicks Edwards. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name.
You need to be up close to the mic.
Okay. Rhonda Hicks Edwards says, I never had pre-algebra, went straight to algebra with straight A's. So
That's one person out of 40. Of course you picked a one person out of 40.
No, but the thing is, she did what what I'm planning to do. She skipped pre-algebra, went into algebra, and got A's. Got A's. That's what I want to do. And the one person who has done that said that she did get A's.
Right. But what I'm trying to tell you is 40 other people told you no. So what you're doing is you're going to take the long odds and take the long odds and possibly screw up your GPA in high school where it will affect your records versus taking the easy A and you still have another year and you can take algebra in summer school and transfer that into high school and take some pre-geometry if you wanted to, or take geometry. Why not guarantee the A and give yourself the foundation versus taking a 1 in 40 risk? Hold up. Amy?
Your father is basically making the case for you that you should take the more secure bet. And this is coming from a guy who's taken more risks than a lot of people. So
hear that?
For what it's worth.
I will say this. I'm not positive I had pre-algebra either, but I grew up in a very there was very limited. I don't know. I don't know what class it was. I know I literally stuck to whatever classes I was supposed to take in succession. I don't know what happened to me after high school, but I was exceptional at math in high school as well. I mean, I finished calculus, my college level calculus in high school on my junior year. So I think I was doing algebra in middle school as well, but I don't know for sure. We had a very different schedule. So I'm not saying she can't do it, but as a mom and seeing your kid struggle with a class as a parent, I'm talking to you as a parent, is difficult for the parents. We don't want our kids to struggle, so we want you to be prepared. That's why I suggest take the preparation course. Or is there a pre-algebra book you can take that you can just study on your own over the summer, or do it online? Like YouTube has classes for everything. Can you watch, I don't, is there a way to prepare for it to make sure that you're going to be successful in the class? Because no one wants you to fail, obviously. We all want you to succeed. We all know you can do it. It's just we want to make sure you're prepared to do it the right way and not struggle through it and have difficulties and get frustrated, and then it becomes another issue.
The interesting thing is Hayden is so much like me. It's ridiculous. She's reading every single comment. You guys she's collecting data to use against all of us. So go ahead, Hayden. You've collected a few. Go ahead.
Okay, so let me answer Amy's question first.
Listen to that shit. Did you hear how fast that was? The sound didn't even get out of my voice before she was on it like a freaking coyote on Roadrunner. Go.
Okay, so Amy, there is a way to practice, and you can go on YouTube, you can go on sites, but there's not a way in the Loudoun County Public Schools. There's not a recommendation course that you can take over summer. There's no place that you can go to summer school for it. You have to do it in your own time, and you have to count on yourself to be responsible for that. And then with the comments thing, all these 40 people who are backing you up didn't skip pre-algebra. But the one person who did said that she did get straight A's and that it was easy because she had done it before. All these other 40 people haven't done it.
And there's a reason why, because it's called common sense. Just okay. Listen to me. What you're proposing in my eyes is what you want to do is go ahead and take a road trip, and you want to take the Northern Pass to get to Colorado from California. But what you're trying to do is take it in the winter. And everyone's saying, no, take the Southern Pass because it's free and clear of all snow and it's still 80 degrees in the Southern Pass. And you're like, no, but I want to do it this way. And then one person goes, yeah, I took the Northern Pass in the middle of January and everything was fine. But you don't know what happened. This could be a school that didn't have the highest requirements. This is an aggressive school. We are the best schools in the United States are right here in Virginia. You know, this person went to bumfuck Kentucky U. Pardon me if you did. So we don't know what happened. You don't know the situation. So you're trying to take the harder path because you don't want to take the Southern path, the one you've taken 100 times before, and you know it's the easiest and you're going to get there. And it might be a little bit hotter and it might take a little bit longer, but it's the guaranteed way to success. But you're like, nope, I want to go over the freaking Rocky Mountains in the middle of January, and I'm going to do it come hell or high water because one person was successful.
No, because
Can
colleges,
I add a quick
they don't.
10-second
No,
comment?
let her go because she's yapping.
Because
Go.
colleges, they don't look at the, oh, so they did skip in between 8th and freshman year. But they also took the summer requirements. However, they in 7th and the 8th grade summer, they didn't take the requirements. And
Okay, I'm
skipped
cutting
and
you
still
off because
got
I'm going to
A's.
cut you off like I would cut off any person who calls in. Your high school is not going to look at your middle school records for anything. Right. But they will look at algebra, and if you fail it or you get a B, it is going to impact your high school. So you actually just undercut your entire argument by saying what I'm saying, which is you can do anything you want in middle school, but the moment you take an algebra class, you're possibly harming your future high school. So that argument is invalid. Olivia, go ahead.
Okay, so my whole argument about this is she's doing it because we have something called academies here. And they do 4-year, 3-year, and 2 years. And basically, you can go in and take college courses. You can go in and take electrician courses and have your certificate. And you're an electrician, certified
Before
electrician.
you go to college.
No, and then you don't even have to
love
go.
that they
You're a
do that.
certified electrician. You go straight into the workforce. And they have this for tons of stuff. So this is her goal. She wants to get into the academies, and her goal is for the 4 years. Well, the problem is you have to have straight A's to get into this. And if she goes into algebra and gets a B or lower in her first quarter, she's just shot her entire chance to get into academies, including a 3-year or a 2-year. And that's the whole point of doing this. The other thing, this is a high school course, and it goes on her high school GPA, and it goes on her high school, and it's going to go against her grades. And if she wants to get a scholarship, and it's going to affect colleges she gets into.
Okay. Slow down. Wait. So my prescription was, real quick, and then Leroy, was take the pre-algebra, then take algebra next year. Then you're going into high school and you can take a summer geometry course or whatever. You skip the first years of academy and you can take the sophomore, junior, and senior academy courses, and still you only need 2 years. A lot of the teachers say that the first 2 years is more preparatory anyway, that the last 2 years is the most important. Just like a 2-year degree is essentially what you're getting. So why not wait until you're more prepared, you're older, you get your first car under your belt, you get that first summer job to help pay for your vehicle, focus on, going out and getting your first kiss and going on your first date and driving around, maybe even going to Disneyland with your friends at 16, and then hit it hard as your junior and senior year and get ready. Leroy, go.
What I was going to say was, you're only 13. There's a big part of me that says, there's that old quote that says, if you're not in over your head, how tall do you know you are? But the other part of that is that, your parents are probably right. It's one of those things where I didn't know the whole backstory that Olivia just explained about the academies. And that being said, if you're trying to protect a GPA more than anything else, that's probably the smarter route to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally
So you've
agree.
read all the comments from people. You've heard from Aunt Amy, and you have heard from the Old Spice uncle who can't make up his fucking mind,
Leroy
Leroy.
Say it.
You've read all the comments. What do you think, Hayden?
I still go with my argument of going to pre-algebra.
You're an idiot. I can't believe this
Because
shit.
you're
I don't want you as
13-year-old.
my daughter anymore. You're horrible. Gosh, I don't like you. No, I'm just kidding. So
Is
you
there a
think
way?
I
When
should?
does she
Because
have
you're
to make this
13 and you'll
decision?
never admit that
Okay.
you're wrong about anything.
Let me state my argument because I have a good argument
Okay,
here.
after I say this, her teacher said she doesn't come prepared to class. She's always sleepy. She doesn't show her work, and the teacher said, yeah, I know, but she's wanting to get into pre-college courses, bro, and that takes a certain level of maturity. And the teacher's like, I'm not seeing it. So what I told Hayden, I said, you have 30 days to clean up your act, to get your rest. And by the way, it's 10 o'clock tonight. You should be in freaking bed, but it is the weekend. And thank you. And show your work, and don't be Miss Social Butterfly, and actually take it seriously. And if the teacher says you do that, then I'll sign off in June. But you got to give me 30 days of good behavior. Go ahead, Hayden.
Okay.
The last word is Hayden, and then we're going to Mom, and we're going around. We're closing it down. Hurry up.
Like to say something. So you guys are worried about my algebra going on my high school GPA.
Not really.
But I think you forgot that Spanish is a high school credit-bearing course, and it is also looked at by colleges. Your language is looked at by colleges because sometimes colleges require you to do languages in colleges require you to take a language.
In high school.
No, in college.
In high school, they look at the records. They will not look at your middle school language courses. No, they don't.
Okay, well, let me finish my point.
I will when you make a point that's accurate.
Because Mr. Pecoraro came into our classrooms. By the way, he's the counselor. He knows all about this stuff. He explained academies to the entire class. He explained what colleges are looking for.
And you always get everything right when an adult talks.
And what he told us is that colleges look at your language classes. I got a B- in Spanish the second quarter. I got an A- in Spanish this quarter. I got a B in Spanish the first quarter. And that's not a good grade for high school credit bearing courses. But what you guys are worried about is my algebra that I'm very confident that I'm going to get an A in. I'm very confident that I'm going to pass. And you guys are continuously worried about that when you should be worried about my Spanish grade. And that's what I'm saying.
Once again, you have made no argument. You have literally talked in circles, and every single adult here all is thinking the same thing. So I'm just going to speak for them.
Yep.
You literally just talked in circles and made no point whatsoever. Your Spanish class is not being transferred to high school in any way, shape, or form. It is completely irrelevant to the conversation. And algebra is a high school course, and Spanish is a middle school course. Introductory to Spanish does not transfer to high school.
Okay. What she's talking about is if they take a language in middle school, it counts as a credit in language in high school. It doesn't go on her high school.
Of course it doesn't, but the
GPA.
grade is not, but the grade does not get impacted into high school courses. Just
Also,
the point.
If you get a B or lower in your Spanish class or language class, it doesn't affect your chances of getting into academy.
Of course, honey. That's what we're trying to tell you. It's an elective-based course. It's a requirement in high school. It is not a requirement in grade school that transfers to anything other than the credit. You get the credit no matter what, because language is a difficult
Amy's
thing.
shaking her head like, oh man.
I just want to say something small, and I think it's really important. Hayden, your parents have done their due diligence in finding out the history and the background and what needs to be done. They have done their due diligence as your mother and father, and they only have your best interest at heart. And I know that's hard to see as a teenager. And unfortunately for you, you are a teenager. You still have to listen to your parents, and you just got to take one for the team on this one. As unhappy as that may make you, I think you need to listen to your parents on this one and just set yourself up for success.
Do you see Leroy? He's using the more you know star in the back.
I thought it was reading Rainbow at first. Okay.
Listen. Here's the thing that's always with me, and this is my minute. Thank you, and I love you both. I have not said no. I have given you a challenge for 30. You can't clean your room for 2 fucking days. I don't know how you're going to do. Pardon my French. I cussed in front of my child, and you know what? She's never said a swear word in her life.
That's not true.
Well, that's not true. She did 2 times, but she doesn't use it. She does not use it in public, and she does not say it in front of her friends. I know that for a fact. So here's the thing. I've given you a choice. You can't clean your room for 2 days. This, you can't keep a boyfriend longer than 12 minutes. I have no doubt in my mind.
15 days.
You're going to muck this up and you're going to do something stupid in math class. Your teacher's going to call me and it's going to be done anyway. But I've given you a challenge. Show your work. Don't get all sleepy to class. Show up on time. Do the things you're supposed to do. Be prepared. Don't be a social butterfly. And if you do that and your teacher says, okay, I've seen massive growth in the last 30 days, I will consider it. We have till June. If not, the answer is no. Deal?
Deal.
Good.
Oh.
Well accepted. Well accepted.
Boom.
You're so cute.
Thank you. Also, Leroy, you look a lot like my English teacher. Like a lot
Is
like
he gay?
my English teacher.
Is he gay?
No.
Oh.
He has a wife and 3 daughters.
It's a cover. It's a cover. It's a cover.
Is it?
Family.
Look at Leroy's like, you want me as much as I want you.
Oh my God. Wait, hold up.
All right, get out of the chair.
Wait, was it really the milkman?
Was it really the milkman? Get out of the chair. Get out of the chair. I'm telling you, she's quick. She could be on the show. I bought her another mic so she can come on once in a while. Get out of here, leave. Get out of the room. All right, Leroy, last minute.
You know what? And I was listening to that whole conversation, and you're absolutely right. It's one of those things where a 13-year-old doesn't realize that really what's controlling her tiny little body is a whole string of hormones. And hey, I want to go buy the next thing at Hot Topic, and ooh, look at that boy. And it's like when you're 13, your entire year for the next 2 years, it's a whole string of ADHD, right? Because of everything that's happening to you. And unfortunately, all of that runs counter to the idea of responsibility. And sometimes when you're taking courses where you're punching up like that, maybe that's not necessarily the best idea. That's my message.
I think we're going to figure it out quickly. Iran, and here it is in a nutshell.
Oh,
Taiwan, Iran. We don't have a lot of time, and I'm going to go watch my game. So I'm just going to say this. China's postured against Taiwan, launched a few rockets, splashed them over Japan. That's just posturing, okay? North Korea has done that, fired a few rockets. It's posturing. Iran has done this plenty of times. They sent out boats to challenge in the Suez. This happens. It's posturing. This is a little more serious considering they're tanking a tanker. They're pushing Joe Biden to see what Joe Biden will do. This has nothing to do with the Iran nuclear deal. In no way, shape, or form are those military sanctions or limited their abilities to go ahead and operate in the Gulf. That's bullshit. 100% bullshit. Iran is doing what Iran does. They've been doing this since 1969. They are not going to change anytime soon. And the United States is going to have to slap them upside the head to get them to stop. And hopefully Joe Biden will do that effectively. But that's it. Go, Leroy.
I would agree with most of that,
except slapping upside the head.
With the exception of the United States being any sort of assertive at this point in time. I think moving forward, what you're going to see is the United States kind of gradually stepping away from the world stage, not getting more involved with it.
Well, I have a question about all
Really?
this, guys.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And
even that's the only way Joe Biden can stay in office.
I don't know that that's the only way Joe Biden can stay in office, but the fact of the matter is, for the last 4 or 5 presidents, that each one of them incrementally have been stepping away from global trade or the global stage, as it were.
Let's do this on Monday. Deal?
Sure.
Because I vehemently disagree with you, but that's why I love you. So I agree with everything you said that agreed with me, except for the part where you didn't agree with me. Amy, go ahead.
Sure.
Dude, I just want to chat. I want to chat. Well, that's what we always do. But I want to challenge this because I think it's a great conversation. And I didn't say go in there with military might, but you can slap them. You can slap them with sanctions. You can go ahead and you can just shut down the Suez and really fucking piss people off. There's a lot of things you can do to punish Iran. Let's talk about it. Let's have that conversation. But unchecking Iran is a mistake. Go ahead, Amy.
And here's my question. And I'm not I'm not connected like you guys are. So if I don't have all the
go ahead,
blanks
just ask it.
Sorry. So
Colorado Avalanche are playing. Go ahead and ask.
Okay, sorry. We can answer it on Monday too. So what's happening in the Sudan? So Iran's also involved with that too, and they're trying to broker a deal. And I know there's some challenges or questions on who is partaking in who has ownership of certain facilities right now and things like that, which are very questionable, but meh. So my question is this all connected? Should this be like, oh my gosh, oh my holy mother. Sorry. I need you to come over and set up the camera.
I will. Let's get to this. Finish this up.
Yeah. So is this all connected? Should we, it's always, are these like the stepping stones? Like this is happening in Sudan. These things are happening with, Taiwan, Japan, Russia, Ukraine, all of these things. Is this some?
Here's my 10-second answer. Africa will be the hotbed for all major conflict. Like the 80s and 90s of the Middle East was, Africa will now be the hotbed for all world conflict for the next 20 to 30 years. That's my opinion. Leroy.
I would agree with that, with the exception of China. Before we get to the end of the decade, I think you're going to see some level of conflict come out of that. To answer Amy's question directly, are they all related? Yes, they are all related. It does come down to a very, very complex set of supply chain issues. The fact of the matter is that China imports 80% of their oil. So when you see a tanker, no matter where it's headed, if it wasn't headed to the United States, that basically what that means is that at some level it's going to affect China, because they're the biggest consumer of oil on that side of the planet.
Yep.
And you're going to see some level of conflict between Iran possibly, and now I'm not saying in this particular instance. I'm saying if these types of bullshit games keep popping off, where Iran just thinks that they can seize a boat because it's got 800,000 barrels of crude on it, you're going to see some conflict. And the United States
you will
away from this because we're at a point where we really don't care anymore.
Here's the thing I will say, last thing. If you want to start screaming about bioweapons now, you fucking cures, now is the time to talk about it, because there are bioweapon labs in the Sudan. Okay?
Right.
And there's also bioweapons there too.
I didn't even want to say it because I was afraid.
No, because it's true. That's true. No, that's true. It's just, it wasn't true in Ukraine, but it's true here. There's biolabs in Ukraine. But if you want to talk about bioweapons, there are. They have weaponized smallpox. They have measles. This is all 100% on the board and accurate and true. But you notice the Qers aren't saying anything about it because it's actually the truth. So you got a hard on for bioweapon labs. Now you guys aren't fucking saying anything. But here we go.
That's one that we don't know who has control over right now, right? There's no...
you've got two opposing forces, and two opposing generals essentially are having a military coup d'etat in the country. As far as going into specifics, we need to do this on Monday. I need to go watch my Colorado Avalanche. I'm telling you right now, the world will not end this weekend. Everyone's going to be fine. Leroy and I will come on Monday and we'll explain it all. And we do agree. What he's trying to say is that the United States is trying to move away from the Middle East. But the problem is that China and Russia, South Africa, and Iran all recognize that. And they are also putting all their currencies together, and 26 other countries are joining the currency. Now, you would need 150 countries to even put a dent in the United States dollar, so don't even worry about it. But that is why Africa is going to be the hotbed for terrorism. It'll be the hotbed for what's next. Over the next 20 to 30 years, Africa will be the staging point, because ultimately, Leroy's right. Asia, what the fuck, man? I don't know what to tell you. Forget it. We're done. Folks, that's it for the Donut and Femi show. Livia, say goodnight. Tell everyone you love them.
Night, y'all.
And inconceivable. What was inconceivable? Why were you putting the inconceivable up, though? I don't understand.
Because you were saying that I was right.
Yeah.
I say you're right all the time. What are you talking about?
Just breaking your balls.
No, you're just so used to being wrong that you're down on yourself.
Dude, God.
Dude, you're always right. What the fuck are you talking about? You gave yourself props earlier today. You even said, "Hey, somebody called this article." I'm like, "Yeah, you did. Good for you." Jeez.
I didn't even think
congratulations. Act like you've been right before. Be a professional.
He's married.
Listen, for a shit hot intel guy, man, you're kind of insecure.
When they come across, that's how it works.
They're going to play this video in divorce court when you guys get divorced.
I love you, Leroy. We agree more than you know. Folks, thanks for watching the Donut and Femi show. That's Leroy. That's Leroy. That's Amy. That's Olivia. We are the Donut and Femi team. We'll see you guys Monday. I will have a recorded show for you tomorrow. We'll be back Monday. Thanks for watching the Donut and Femi show. We appreciate everybody. Have a good one. Thanks. for everything.
Love
Good
you
night,
guys.
everybody. See ya.
Right.
Good night,
Good night.
everybody.
Ah, the damn thing didn't play. Son of a
No!
bitch.
Oh dear.
Hey, go buy some shirts or something. Where the hell is it? Where's the outro video? Where did it go? Holy crap. Where did it go?
I'm gonna hang up. Go enjoy your weekend.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Bye,
We love
everybody.
you.
See y'all Monday.
Oh, where's the outro video? Where did it go? Son of a bitch. Ah, no, that's not it. Hold on. Bam.
I'm David Boreanaz with the Cast of SEAL team, and we have an important message for returning vets.
We want you to know if you're struggling to cope, there's help and it's just a phone call away.
The Veterans Crisis Line is staffed with experienced professionals who know your struggles.
There's no greater sacrifice in service to our country. We're able to enjoy our freedoms because of it.
Your service is important. You are important.
For vets and their families, the Veterans Crisis Line is here to help 24 hours a day. Please call